1.
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Boston
Hello, beautiful people. It is Feel Good Friday, January 13th, 2023. Welcome to our humble abode. This show starts now. Football! How about it's Feel Good Friday the 13th? Yeah. How about it's Feel Good Friday the day before the Super Wild Card weekend kicks off? What? How about it's Feel Good Friday in studio here at the FanDuel Thunderdome? I am so incredibly thankful to be here. I am pumped that we get a chance to chat about the biggest games of the year all day today. We'll get a chance to wrap up all the news of the week. We'll have Rappaport with us and also potentially a surprise guest in the second hour.
Okay.
AJ Hawk will obviously join us as he always does. We will make all of our picks. We will have to wrap up me versus AJ Hawk picks the year here over the next few weeks. I'd like to get a full record. We'll have to look into that, see where I'm at, where he's at, how we have to go, what we have to do. The last couple of weeks, we've been picking similar. We've both picked up a strategy where it's like if it's a game we don't know, all right, whatever you're picking, I'm picking.
Yep.
Not giving up any points on that particular one. I think it does affect our overall potential scoring and record.
For sure.
But know that me and AJ are competing.
Yep.
And this is something that if you win, it's much better than if you lose.
Absolutely.
And we will certainly give Super Wildcard an incredible prediction segment today.
Okay.
We're all going to be on the same side because we're all going to be right.
Goddamn right.
Because this weekend's the same game parlay holiday at FanDuel. And Connor has all the rules for that.
Yep.
Basically giving back money to bet if you lose on a 4-leg or more, plus 400 or more parlay this weekend for Super Wildcard Weekend. FanDuel wants people to come enjoy the hell out of themselves because we don't have a lot of football left.
No, we don't.
Let's enjoy all of this. Let's enjoy this Feel Good Friday. Speaking of, I am so lucky to be on a stage with you boys every single day. At Boston Connor, the hair is flowing. At Ty Schmidt, how you doing, pal? Start with you,
Good.
Connor. The hair, unfucking believable right now.
I appreciate that very much. We're also kind of figuring out where to go from here. You know, we were doing some talk right before we came on here. You know, maybe we start wearing some headbands. Maybe we start wearing some bandanas. We'll see what we do.
You should be proud with how long it is.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Because there are many different awkward stages, and we've kind of powered through them all, and this seems to be the length that we were shooting for overall.
Yeah, bandana. You're at the length where a bandana can. There's good hang time underneath.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Custom tiara.
Could do that. That would be awesome.
That's not bad.
At Tone Diggs, one
Mark
half
on.
of the Hammer.
Dahn!
Cowboys was not a part of the workshop earlier. He was getting some work done. I like that his first thought is custom tiara.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all things we should certainly chat about. All the boys in the back are here as well. Foxy's here, Zito's here, Nick's here, Dirty's here. Obviously, Billy Photos is here, and Billy Tubes is here. Bruce, fantastic job. Mitt's killing it. CFO Phil's probably in the comments doing his thing. I heard he did participate in the same game parlay holiday for That's Hockey Talk.
Here we go.
Yep, got some legs.
That's crazy.
Okay.
My legs.
About it.
Hey, that's awesome. Phil has to, obviously Phil's the one that has to do all the back end bullshit. That is no fun. And literally none of us could, I mean, no, I don't think, I could not do it. I don't know. Ty's brain might be able to figure it out because he's super smart. You got to be super smart to do all that stuff, but it's tedious. It's not exactly the funnest work. He does all that. So rarely does he participate in the fun stuff that our business does.
Yeah.
You know, rarely does he ever do that. So, you know, I'm always like, hey, CFO Phil, why don't you fucking, You know, show a little,
come on over.
Why don't you come so we can, maybe have a good time? Aside from like a selfie with somebody or something like that, like participate. Come on, let's do this. So him being a part of That's Hockey Talk, I think is a big deal.
Huge.
I think that's also big news for the vibes for Same Game Parlay Holiday.
Yeah.
All for one, one for all. We're going to win. We're going to have a hell of an SGP holiday, aren't we?
Hell yeah.
Hey, thank you at PMS Store. Real active in the comments every day on YouTube.
Thank you, Phil.
Appreciate you, man. That's great news for the Same Game Parlay Holiday. And without wasting any more time, we said on this Friday the 13th we had big news.
Yeah.
News that had been years in the making, we said.
That's right.
A lot of people on the internet started predicting what they thought the big news was going to be. I heard maybe we're going to maybe like a network or something.
Oh, really?
Which is not happening currently. And maybe in this offseason, that conversation will take place with a few different networks who have reached out. And I would have to be able to maintain creative control, and we'd have to be able to have the freedom. So none of those deals will probably ever work out. If any of the experience that I've had from last offseason is similar to what happens this next offseason, all the people that are assuming we're going to a network or the show's going to a network, I appreciate you doing that, because that would be a big platform added to make our platform as bigger, and it'd be really cool and quite an honor. Not a lot of people get that opportunity. But with the way I plan on operating, that's probably never going to really feasibly take place with the way these humans think. And the way they think is like, well, it's our company too. And it's like, well, valid.
Yeah.
But it's my company
But it's
too.
not.
yeah, it's my company too. So it's an interesting thing that'll probably never take place. A lot of people guess that. It is not that. Some people thought maybe Connor was going to get a tattoo on his face.
Whoa.
That'd be sweet. Still thinking about that.
Didn't happen, though. That is not the big news.
No, not yet.
Some people thought maybe we're going to add some more characters to the show. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll announce our chef that we hired.
Oh.
With an update for that, though, we would like to tell you we got 1,500 emails. We will be going through all of them. Probably, last year I was saying this year, but now we're 13 days after Super Bowl.
That's probably an after the season
March.
deal.
After the Super Bowl is when that's going to happen. Look for a fall hire.
Yeah.
Look for a fall hire for the
Makes
chef,
sense.
although we do have all the information that we need at this point. It is not us announcing a chef either, which we are at a point of life of having a chef is so fucking cool to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
But we're also at a point in life where this happened. And this has been something we've been eyeing for a long time. Some people did guess it on the internet, because some people on the internet have followed our story for a long time. We're talking 5 years or so.
Yeah.
We've been in love with one particular company. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, our big announcement. Let me tell a tale about this little blue can. Inside there's a nectar love from here to Japan. It's a vibe, it's a time, ice cold or with lime. So sublime.
This shit is divine.
It's the beer of choice when you wanna rejoice. Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Well, us and Bud Light have made it official. We bring the stoogery, they bring delish. Feels like a genie just granted us a wish. Cause for all of us, it was love at first sip. Now be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Cause if you're living life right and you're drinking Bud Light and you wake up in the morning and you fight the good fight, then you're doing A-okay, doing A-okay. Matter of fact, you're doing great no matter what they say. Now, be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is wide, $5 off tonight. $5 off tonight.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, it has happened. We have officially partnered with Bud Light Wine. Joining us from Canada, obviously the incredibly handsome and Bud Light connoisseur, Gumpy, who kicked off that video. There was no other way to do it than with your face on a laptop that would inevitably fall off the beer truck, break the computer, but nonetheless get the shot. Gumpy, cheers to you, pal. Bud Light's a fish. Fucking love you, man.
Cheers, boys. One.
All right, so
Hell yeah.
I think Gumpy is so important to this whole thing because we've been loving Bud Light for a long time. I think once you sip it, honestly, you can't help but just be like, oh, this is the best tasting beer there is. Now, I understand there's a lot of people that have sophisticated palates, and they are IPA lovers and different types of drinks. And I've had a couple of those that are certainly delightful.
Oh, yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's IPA is so good. Probably one of the only ones that I've really thoroughly enjoyed. Now, was I enjoying it because of who it came from and how much respect I have for the person? Maybe.
Possibly.
But I did taste delicious whenever I drank it. Aside from that, I'm not really into the, hey, I need to taste the whole forest when I'm drinking a beer thing.
No. Sure.
I'm a, hey, how's that beer go down?
That's right.
What's the aftertaste like?
What?
Does it make me feel fat and heavy? Am I going to fall asleep immediately upon drinking it? That's what I'm thinking whenever I'm thinking of a beer. And that beer is Bud Light.
What?
Here's a toast to the Bud Light people. We can't thank you enough for getting into business with us. We do have a $5 off code at Drizzly, which I just learned of. Drizzly is alcohol delivery. You have to be 21 plus. Obviously, drink responsibly. Let's not be assholes. It's 2023. We know the effects of drinking, in irresponsible fashions. I did it a couple times whenever I was younger. I paid the price. Everybody else should not do it. But yeah, use code WHADD, WHADD, on Drizzly. You get $5 off your first Bud Light order there. I don't know what that means. I don't know how much that is. But I do know we're in business with Bud Light officially.
Hell yeah.
We've been talking about them for free for a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time. So Bud Light people, thank you for the love. Thank you for the nectar that's love from here to Japan. Thank you for this blue can. And cheers to you.
Oi, oi.
What?
This is pretty cool.
Delicious.
It is, isn't it, Gump?
It's a morning beer.
The best.
For Pal.
Can't beat it, lads.
Pound,
Can't beat it.
pound 9:12 a.m. You're looking a little bit like Ty last week. Let's make sure let's be able to put a cap on it.
Little early on the West Coast, boys.
Ty, just thinking about us and Bud Light having a relationship now. This is a year-long term. Hey, pretty. I don't want to say. I don't want to give away too many details. Pretty large deal.
Yeah. Huge.
Pretty large deal. Bud Light. I don't know if they knew if we existed or not. But whenever they reached out, when we started reaching out and talking to them, we made a little cut up of like, hey, we just want to let you know, like, we for real love Bud Light.
Love. Shoot.
Had a guy dress up like a Bud Light bottle for Halloween.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, we talk about this is it. And we have not given a beer deal to anybody since Natural Light. And the only reason we really did a Natural Light deal was because we thought that it would to a Bud Light deal.
Door.
It did not. Obviously, it ended right there. So we cut up a clip. We're like, hey, shoot fans of yours. And they thought, well, we should have been in business a long time ago. We make a deal happen. They could have not given us though, and we would have still continued to know.
Oh, yeah.
So I appreciate Bud Light just be like almost, I don't want to say doing the right thing, but like, hey, we'll pay you to do what you guys have been doing. We really appreciate it. So cheers to Bud Light for being good buds.
Thank you, Bud Light. Wide. You also mentioned it. I mean, over the last 5 years, there probably could have been any point where you could have went to some other, you know what I mean? Like, it was there, but it was kind of like a, you know what? No, we'll hold out for Bud Light. We say WAD all the time. I mean, it's not a gimmick. Like, we love drinking Bud Light, so it was like kind of the perfect storm almost. It's like, hey, we don't need to rush this. Eventually,
shout out to FanDuel,
right,
and to SeatGeek and to 5 Hour Energy, who's coming back soon, from what I've been told.
Really?
Yeah, and Roman and all of our merch store. And I don't want to miss anybody, so I'll stop there and say all the other incredible people. Cash App, huge.
Yep.
Oh, that's up though. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey,
Wow!
Wow!
Kind of slid in real quick. We're real busy, and all of a sudden that deal's up. It's like, hey, it's been real nice, hasn't it? Venmo does exist, but Cash App has been fantastic. We've given away 3x what they gave us their deal, but they did help us facilitate it all much easier. But all these companies got us to a point, and obviously our fans, the people that watch and listen, and it's weird calling fans because you're not really fans. It feels like you're like part of our crew almost, and that's what the interactions are out in public too, which I appreciate. It's a lot of like, hey, Pat, see you, have a good one. It's fantastic what we have here. So we got to a point where we didn't have to take really any deals. I started talking about it yesterday or 2 days on the show because it's real. Like when we add a company in at this stage, I feel like it's a big deal. Back in the day, it's like you're looking for anything. In digital marketing, you're looking for an ad read, and then everybody has a link, and then that company is strictly going to judge you on how many people click your link. But what if you actually are the ones that tell somebody about a company? They don't need it right now. 3 months later, though, they think, oh, I do need that. What was that one company? They go, they don't know where the link is. So people are getting, I don't want to say kind of bamboozled on the whole link thing, but kind of bamboozled on the whole link thing. Sure. But that's just a part of it. That's just literally a part of it, how it goes. And you hope that the numbers are good enough that they can see it compared to everybody else, and you keep moving forward. So we did all that stuff. And I think that's why like Barstool was so incredibly important to the growth of this, because kind of watching how the business works, learning how the business works, what happens, how it happens, like them teaching us all that, I think was very, very cool. Some things they did where we have not carried over to this business, obviously. Some things they've done where we certainly learned from and did. So very thankful for how that whole thing goes. But you get to a point where you can literally, like the goal, I think, is to be like, nah. Well, I don't want to sell
need to be reading
anybody
that
shit.
every 10
yeah,
minutes.
I don't want to be. You get to a point that you want to get like that because you got to deal with ad agencies who are so smart. They are so smart. Now, granted, you're talking to a platform that you built with your group, And that audience is literally built by you and your group. But this person who read a book in 1985 and graduated with an advertising degree obviously knows how to talk to that group better than anybody else. So you got to get through all that shit. And this is the business of digital. If you're thinking about getting into it, this is literally how it goes. A lot of I tell a lot of people to fuck off. I think we've seen that throughout my life. And it's going to all catch up at some point. But if I feel like I'm right and you're definitely wrong, you're fuck off. All right, that's not how it's going to be. Couldn't do that for a long time with a lot of these ad agencies, especially in the digital business, because you got to do what you got to do. Getting to a point where we're able to, awesome. Big sigh of relief, fantastic. But then whenever a company comes and you have an opportunity to potentially dance with one of the greatest companies in the history of America.
Yeah, bar none.
And it's a company that you absolutely love. It's like, hey, Bud Light, let's make a deal.
Absolutely.
And this is a big day for us.
Oh, yeah. Huge day.
We got a beer.
Yeah.
And it's Bud Light.
Show's got a beer.
We got a couple wide lights.
Dahn, we got a beer. Show's got a beer.
It's pretty cool.
Unbelievable.
It is.
Now I have a reason to hammer these because they're with us.
See, responsibly.
Of course.
Gumpy, don't be laughing at that guy. Gumpy.
They are delicious, my friend.
They-
I can't wait to hoist a couple Bud Lights with the lads.
Wide.
Well, I do believe there's a chance that's going to happen. We were hoping, was selling that Gumpy wasn't going to make it back in town ever.
Right.
The plan for that video was for the back of the beer truck to pull up on the drone and Gumpy ride. Now, there has been a couple little extra holdups, but it feels like our friend is going to be closer than we think. So we had to put him on a laptop that inevitably broke. Hey, Foxy, sorry about that laptop falling off the top of a beer truck.
That's all right. I already got a new one, so I'm ready to go.
Business is good.
About it.
Business is good.
Zito literally ordered one for me immediately after it happening.
Yeah, ZD's amazing at that type of thing.
Yep.
Hey, we need a blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. And then it's here like a day later. It was like,
That's not our
Well,
Thank you, Zito.
he's got a
Yep.
guy.
If I wasn't sipping Bud Light, though, would never happen.
wide.
Right.
All right, well, thank you, Bud Light.
Love you, Bud Light.
We appreciate it. We will get back to the sports talk, but this is a great Feel Good Friday for us.
Hell yeah.
A true celebration.
Remember it forever.
We got a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Ice cold Bud Light.
Fucking Bud Light.
Hell yeah.
Be a bud, tell a buddy, grab some Bud Lights.
White.
Go and Drizzly Code is white, $5 off tonight.
Why?
Felt good about that. Wrote that 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, like we said, we've been planning for this for
months and
6, 7, 8 months.
months and months. And
That
months.
line has been stuck in my head all morning.
I felt real good about it.
It's
when
really
it came,
good.
When it came to the mind, it felt really good. I was playing a little PJ 2K.
Hell yeah.
Had instrumentals on, sitting in my basement, completely pitch black. Like, all right, need something here for Bud. We got Bud Light. Got Bud Light.
The white whale.
Dude, we got Bud Light. We got to do something. I was like, all right, let's do a song. And then I started going. The song was whack. Like first 9, 10 holes, I just couldn't think. I was like, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. And then be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud. Go on, Drizzly Cold as well. I'm like, whoa. We got some. We got some. We got some. We got some.
Yeah.
And Drizzly is fantastic from what I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they made
So they're
it
DoorDash for booze.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's great. I use it every time I go on vacation because you basically,
Yes.
and you can like set a time. So when I arrive to Airbnb or whatever, fucking alcohol's waiting for me.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Saving people.
It's at
all over.
46 states or something like that?
Something like that.
I mean, you got to
yeah.
be there to sign off because you got to be over 21, but you know.
Yeah, I need your ID, but yeah, simple.
Congrats to Drizzly, too.
Getting rid of DUIs.
Yeah, or that situation.
important.
If you're all buzzed
Are
up.
you able to get like the super? So they have Bud Light. I
Oh,
assume.
yeah.
They do.
Of course.
Drizzly has Bud Light.
They have like everything. Wine.
and it shows up soon, quick.
Oh, yeah.
It's like DoorDash.
Really?
Exact same. Yeah, just strictly booze.
DRIZLY.
Boom.
Boom.
Could add that to the
It's like a
song.
bear, like grizzly, but drizzly.
Use code.
Wide.
2 D's.
That's WHADD.
D.
Yahtzee.
$5 off first Bud Light. All right, shout out Bud Light. Shout out Drizzly.
Shout out.
Love you, Bud
Shout out all
Light.
of you for allowing this to happen. Seriously, they give me Air Force Ones and J's.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
And they're sweet.
Those are sweet.
Yeah, they gave me Bud Light Air Force Ones.
Look at that.
Those
Oh, those are fire, dude.
Does it say what on the inside?
Bro, stupid, right?
Yeah, those are sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They got me some J's too that say FTB Bud Light.
Nice.
Really?
For the brand
Really?
Bud Light.
Yeah, they were like, whenever they learned how massive of fans we were, I think they were like,
and they start looking in, they're like, oh shit, these guys actually shoot.
Love the product.
These guys shoot love the. We got like 15 neon signs they sent over here. They're like, hey, whatever you need from us. It's like, mostly just the Bud Light.
What?
Thanks for your service to the world. All right, let's dive into some sports news before Ian Rappaport joins us in 8 minutes. Lamar Jackson gave us an update on his knee on Twitter. We will certainly ask Ian Rappaport about his sources and what they're saying about the future for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar said, thank you, everyone, for your support and concerns regarding my injuries. I want to give you all an update as I am in the recovery process. I've suffered a PCL grade 2 sprain on the borderline of a strain 3. Strain, remember, is a tear. It's just not a full tear. It's just a partial tear depending upon what the number is next to the sprain. There is still inflammation surrounding my knee, and my knee remains unstable. I'm still in good spirits as I continue with treatments on the road to recovery. I wish I could be out there with my guys more than anything, but I can't give 100% of myself to my guys and fans. I'm still hopeful we still have a chance. All right, so Lamar's still going through it. Rehab, no fun at all.
Yeah.
He says he's in good spirits. That's a big deal because rehab can break you mentally. It does not feel good. You're teaching parts of your body how to do like very elementary things again. Teaching your knee how to walk again, teaching your muscles how to lock again. That is what after a surgery is like. After a strain, I am not 100% sure what that rehab is, especially for a PCL. It is not going to feel good. It is painful. Probably feels a bit isolated. He's not the guy. Now, also, because the deal wasn't done, we have to talk about that. He's not fully healthy. Does he want to go lay it on the line for the Ravens and potentially go from a 2 to 3 to a 5 or whatever the fucking highest strain could be to a full tear? All that has to happen because they didn't get a deal done. Once again, should just got a fucking deal done in the offseason.
Yeah.
It saves all these conversations, but it sounds like he's going to be okay long run.
Yeah, and you see people on Twitter, some of them talking about, like, well, all these other quarterbacks have played with knee injuries, Brady and Mahomes and everything. Like, none of them play the way Lamar does. So you mentioned yesterday, this guy did a spin move at 20 miles an hour running down the field. Like,
Normal.
He can't play how he plays with even a grade 1. Like, if you sprain your knee, like you said, it's a partial tear. That is much more of a serious, injury when you are Lamar Jackson and you shake guys and you cut on a dime because
Yeah, it's more like a running back or wide receiver having it.
Exactly.
Or a corner.
bingo.
Yeah.
And when he's also the most important player on the field throwing the ball, like there's really no point for him to go back and then with the other team knowing, hey, this guy has a busted knee. He's not going to be
They got
able
no
to,
wideouts, right?
Yeah,
They
no
got Deshaun,
wideouts.
That's really it.
Sammy Watkins, who I don't even know if he's played with yet this year. Obviously, last year he did, but this year I don't think he has.
First couple drives, if he can't move, they'll give him respect because he's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, that little zone is vastly different if
Yeah.
they know, hey, this guy can't move. Now, is Lamar Jackson at 60% more athletic than everybody that's speaking in the microphones right now? Definitely.
sure.
Definitely.
30%.
Definitely. What's that?
I mean, he's more athletic than me at 20% than.
I agree, but I can throw pretty good.
True. Not everyone.
Yeah.
That was more for
I would say
myself.
60% Lamar, better athlete than me. I just assumed I was a better athlete than all of you. That was very rude of me.
No, I just didn't
Probably
want
pretty
to. That's what I was saying. I don't want to
That was-
raise to your 60%. I'm
Are
30,
you including
20%.
throwing an athlete though?
What's that?
Because I mean, I've seen Ty, I think, and you for sure.
What's that?
You're a definite 100% better quarterback throwing the ball than Lamar is.
Okay, what is? We're not even getting into
Tony, come
this.
on.
I can spin a pigskin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can throw a football. Obviously, I have the highest quarterback rating in Thanksgiving history.
Right.
I only have to do it once every 7 games, though. So I don't know how I would be compared if I was
I've
throwing the
seen
ball
it.
20 times a game. I can spin it. I
Yeah.
understand that. But also, I got nobody around me. I got no issues. I got no thoughts of somebody diving into my knee or spearing me in the back. Being a quarterback in the NFL is vastly different than throwing the ball with friends. Yeah. Lamar Jackson's a much better quarterback than all of us, and obviously everybody else in the NFL. He's been the MVP already, but I do like the fact that he has spoken about it. As opposed to just assuming, that it'll die off and settle down. At least we've gotten Lamar's side of it. He says and thinks his knee's unstable. That is a feeling that he can certainly have, and he doesn't like it, so he's not practicing, hasn't practiced for a long time, probably not going to be seen in this playoffs. And then we go into an offseason with him probably getting franchise tag, which I guess is what Rappaport will tell us in 4 minutes.
Yeah, and that's too bad because there really is no middle ground. It seems like there's either people who are pointing to the fact that hey, he got hurt and they stunk without him. They're a completely different team. Like you can't operate without him. And then there are people on the other side of the spectrum who are like, well, this guy can't stay healthy. He's hurt all the time. He misses a bunch of meaningful games. So it's basically like there is no middle ground. It's either the camp of people who are like, hey, this team needs to pay this guy, and if they don't, they're going to suck for a long time. And then there's the people who are, hey, you can't pay this guy because he can't stay healthy. And even if he is healthy, is he good enough to win a Super Bowl?
Franchise tag brings the same conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On an entire another year.
Yep.
And then they're saying they're going to franchise tag him again, right? That's everybody's expectation.
Essentially, yeah.
So a 3 year straight of the same conversation. Well, is he not playing because he's hurt, or is he not playing because of jeopardizing his future? It's like, either way, it's figure it out. Like,
Right.
You can figure this out. This has been done before. People have got contracts done before that have been expensive. The Ravens weren't able to do it. They just give over $100 million to Roquan Smith, got traded to the team this year. Obviously, he represented himself, so they had no issues negotiating with Roquan whenever they were able to get a $100 million deal done. Lamar Jackson is your team.
Yep.
He is your franchise. You see what your team is when he's not playing. Not only are they not good, also they're boring.
So boring.
Your fans, whenever Lamar's doing Lamar's thing, are there because Lamar Jackson is playing football. On primetime, people are watching your team because Lamar Jackson is playing football. I don't understand how they have not been able to get a fucking deal done yet. And all the people that are like, well, he needs to take less money than Deshaun Watson. I understand what you're saying. I assume there is some way that the Ravens could present it to Lamar where maybe it is less money guaranteed, but an easy to achieve amount of cash. Like, that's deal making. That is literally how do we get a deal done? Well, we need to do this. We need to do this. There's good deal doers and there's bad deal doers. Now, the bad deal doers are people that either get fucked completely in their deal or they're not able to get a deal done. Like, that is a part of business. So the Ravens not being able to get a deal done with Lamar Jackson, I find a bit alarming. I love Harbaugh.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I love the way he coaches. I love the way that team goes. I love the way they went all in with Lamar. But it is very, very okay for us to be like, should have got a fucking deal done.
Yes.
Because now we're sitting here in the playoffs still talking about that you didn't get done before the season. And the timeline that Lamar put on, that's not real.
No.
That's an arbitrary timeline.
Exactly.
You know how I know that? Because he's the one doing the negotiation. If you were to come up to him with some bullshit offer, I'd assume the timeline is up. If you come with a good offer, though, that you think he would want, I assume that timeline can get extended and the window can be opened up. They had all season to get a deal done here with Lamar. Whenever he was hurt, maybe, and he wasn't playing as much, okay, go down to the training room and let's start working some things out. Let's start talking about what's important, what's not important. Maybe instead of just guarantees, you can get maybe some playing time, some other stuff. Like, dude, there's a way to get a deal done, I think, with anybody, as long as you have a baseline, which they have. There are comps. And them not getting a deal done is us talking about this as if Lamar's choosing his future over his team and having Lamar have to tweet, well, my knee's fucked up for real. What do you want from me? It's just, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess in Baltimore.
And in terms of taking less money, I don't know if it was ever substantiated, but yeah, maybe not getting $230 million like Deshaun got, but from the reports we heard, they offered him less guaranteed money than Kyler Murray. It's like, that's bullshit. Like, he's a businessman. He's doing his own business. He's won an MVP. He's won playoff games. Like, you're not getting a deal done just to get a deal done. It's like, he knows what his worth is. And then what? People are going to fucking tear him apart and call him a dipshit if he takes way less money than what he's rightfully owed.
Yeah, he takes a bad deal. He gets dunked on. He takes a good deal. He's selfish.
Right.
It's no winning. Lamar, hold the line, dude.
Hold the line.
Hold. Honestly.
Yeah.
What if neither side wants to get a deal done? Now, for the Ravens side, that doesn't make sense.
Well, then they won't franchise tag.
But Lamar's side, like, they haven't really surrounded him with any weapons or anything like that.
Traded
And
is number one.
Then I think Lamar should tell them, hey, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And then they know if we franchise tag this guy, this is another year. Because if he gets franchise tagged, this is another.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Joining us now is a man who maybe has more information from the other side of this whole thing, the Baltimore Ravens. He is the senior insider for the NFL, the league itself, the network itself, its streaming platform, NFL Plus. And he's the host of the Insiders on the Fast Network and the weekly wrap-up of Rap Sheet and Friends. Us being a friends, he being Rap Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport. Ian.
Yes.
How come the Ravens haven't got a deal done with Lamar? And because they weren't able to get a deal done with Lamar, Lamar had to tweet that his knee's actually fucked up. And the reason why he had to tweet that is because everybody on earth thinks he's not jeopardizing his future and not playing when he could be playing when the Ravens are in the playoffs. And if they franchise tag him, it's going to be another year of this speculation. And if they franchise tag him again, it's going to be another year of this speculation. Why won't they just get a deal done with him? And is it just because they can't afford it, or what is it, you think, Rap?
I mean, they can definitely afford it, and they are trying to get a deal done.
Are they?
They are. They spent the first part of the season, first part of the, training camp and kind of into the season trying to get a deal done. And, I don't know whose quote unquote fault this is to not get it done. I mean, they could get it done by saying, here's all the money in the world. They have made, from what I understand, to be good faith efforts to get a deal done. It just has not happened. And Lamar Jackson has wanted, I don't know if it's fully guaranteed, but he has wanted a lot of fully guaranteed money. He deserves a lot of fully guaranteed money. He is a great player. On the other hand, I think with the Ravens, it has to be frustrating. The end of 2 years, last season, this season, he has not recovered from an injury that I think in other situations, other players might have been able to come back, which I don't think it's his fault, but it's just the reality. So I do think they want to get a deal done. I do think they've made good faith efforts to it. It hasn't happened yet, and it's going to be more interesting, I would say, this offseason than it was last offseason.
He has a long-term deal. You think he's playing right now?
No.
Really?
I don't think it has anything to do with it. So here's where it stands for me. So he has a PCL injury. The people who have had PCL injuries tell me that it is weird. Like, not that it just is painful, but it feels strange all the time. He would like for it to be regular. And when he goes out there and plays, and it is not regular, then he doesn't feel good. And he, like he said in his tweet yesterday, which was very interesting for a lot of reasons, like he said in his tweet yesterday, which is right here, he doesn't feel like he can be 100%. In other words, the knee is not allowing him to be 100%, so he does not feel like he can go and not be his whole self. That is kind of where it all stands. So I don't think it's like, oh, well, okay, now I have a contract, I'm going to go. He still doesn't feel right, and because he's so athletic and versatile, he doesn't want to go out there and not be able to do all the things that we're used to seeing.
I think also a little bit of fear because your knee is a great explanation to of all that, but your knee, I think whenever people say it doesn't feel stable, it's like it feels like it's loose almost. Your knee feels like it's a little bit looser than what it normally would be. And the big mental hurdle of that is I'm gonna do a lot more damage to this. I'm gonna do a lot more damage. That's kind of on the other side of rehab mostly. People think they're gonna break their knee again. They think they're gonna break their ankle again. They think they're gonna, and it's hurt because you're working it out. I just think there would be a chance that not only trainers telling them like, hey, you're okay. Like this is how this is gonna be. No matter if he has $200 million guaranteed already, I think there's a chance maybe he gives it a go. Nonetheless, I think they should get a deal done sooner than later. And they're going to franchise tag him definitely, you think?
I mean, I'd say almost definitely yes, franchise tag him. And I think what's going to be really interesting, and this is usually nerd stuff, but are they going to exclusive franchise tag him or are they going to non-exclusive franchise tag him? The number's different.
What's that?
It's lower if it's non-exclusive. Here's the reason. Let's say they give him the exclusive tag. It means you're not touching my quarterback. Get away from him. I paid a little more money, but he is exclusively ours. If it's the non-exclusive tag, that means for 2 first-round picks, someone else could sign him.
Oh,
Do the Ravens, open the door.
Do it, Ravens.
Save a little money.
Do it. Non-exclusive. So I got franchise tagged as a punter.
Let's go.
No.
A rarity.
That's not good. That's not good. That's not a good thing, but players-wise, I mean, it's a hilarious little notch under the belt, I guess, right?
No, it's cool. It goes on. Right. And I assume, I'm not going to make a Colts banner joke, but if I were, I'd say I assume they hung a banner for this.
yeah!
I'm not going to make a joke.
You rap sheet!
Keep that one in the holster,
I
okay?
love Connor. You'd appreciate that.
But they could have put a non-exclusive franchise tag on me, and then what would it have been for me when when I was drafted, or what is it always 2 1s?
I think it's always 2 1s. Now,
Really? Any position, non-exclusive franchise tag can exist.
I
Is
think
it
that
same number,
believe
not the
that-
same number. Cash.
No. The exclusive tag is more, a couple million more.
Okay, so the exclusive franchise tag, the one that I got, top 5 salaries at your position average, not with bonuses though. Bonuses not in there. So just yearly salaries. How much? And this cash over cap thing is probably fucking up the franchise tag.
Oh, yeah.
So much because of how many bonuses are taking place as opposed to the salary and everything like that. That's what it was when I was there. What's the I didn't even know this non-exclusive thing existed, I don't think. I don't think I had a clue.
Well, it's most position players get the non-exclusive tag. It's
Me.
It should, yeah, because no one's
Somebody
going to give
should've
up
got me.
2 first-round picks for
Me.
a pretty good player who
Feels like it's any
who
position.
also wants a long-term deal. That's why the value a lot of times doesn't make sense, because let's say you give someone 2 first-round picks and then sign the player to a long-term deal. Like, that is crazy, not great value. But if it's a quarterback, then it's sort of like whatever you want.
Yep.
You know, it's worth it.
Stafford.
Whatever you want, I'll pay for a quarterback.
Yeah, I hope the Colts do that. Hey, Ravens, let that thing be non-exclusive. You don't want to pay him.
No.
Guy can't finish a year.
Going 2 first.
No problem at all.
Welcome to the Colts.
Yes. Lamar Jackson to the Indianapolis Colts. Big fan of everything about that. Come on. We'll put grass in, too, for you.
Hell yeah.
Anything you want.
So your knee feels better. Yeah, the city's going to do that. Visit Indy.com. They're the ones that turned down the AFC Championship.
That's right.
They'll fucking put...
Don't worry,
They'll
I'll
put
pay
grass
for
in
it.
there for Lamar Jackson, and Connor will help. Last question from me before the boys have a couple, and I know you're very busy, and I appreciate you taking time with us. Is that breaking news right there?
No, I have to sort through it and tweet it, but I got some.
What is it?
I will tell you in 1 second. I have to make sure of some things. I have to verify a couple names.
Oh.
Is it coaching search related?
Coaching search, yeah. Why, you want to give me 2 minutes to let me verify and come back?
Yes. We will call. Actually, you just call us back. Can he call us, or do we have to call him? We'll call you, like a minute. See
Call
ya.
me back in. I don't know if it's exciting, but call me back in 2 minutes and I'll tell you what I'm talking about.
This better not be. You hear me?
No, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. Just give me a sec.
All right. 90 seconds. Appreciate you, Rep.
Might be Patriots OC.
They haven't even started interviewing yet.
That's what I mean. They're looking now.
The Colts interviewed Eric Bieniemy,
Hell yeah.
Bubba Ventrone,
Right.
and
Eagles OC.
Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
I think
Shane Steichen, who
Were
is
they-
the OC from the Eagles.
Were they one to the Lions?
Sirianni's calling those plays. Let's not make that mistake again. We let Sirianni out of the building.
Smart.
Bad. Let's not make Sirianni make somebody else look good, too. Don't need that because he is a dog. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's around a litter of dogs.
Did they interview the Lions OC too?
Ben Johnson? I don't know if have we completed our interview with Ben Johnson, Foxy?
I don't know that one. I know they were going with him
Is this the
and
norm?
Aaron Glenn.
Is this the normal? Yeah, and we interviewed Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Is this the normal time when all this takes place?
I think so.
Kind of seems a little quiet, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Seems a little quiet. 5 head coaching positions open too. There's a lot of coordinator jobs open. It's not like, I don't think it's like dominating the news cycle like it has in the past. Remember, everybody got pissed off about who's getting jobs, who's not getting jobs, who's getting interviews, who's not getting interviews. Feels like this year it's the process is what the process is. We'll kind of go through it and see how it goes.
Seems like they're almost waiting for the Sean Payton domino to fall. Like, who can actually, are the Saints going to allow, Sean Payton out of his contract, and which of the teams who have an opening actually have a concrete possibility of getting him?
What if the Saints, just like Lombo said, how the Saints hold all the cards here?
Yeah, exactly.
Lombo's like, the Saints hold all the cards here. What if the Saints like pick and choose which teams? What if a team is like, hey, we would like to interview Sean Payton? Nah. And Sean's like, what's the deal? 2 first rounders. Nah, we don't want to. We don't like that.
Yeah.
Owner, I don't like that owner. Yeah, it can't happen. They could do that.
Oh, yeah.
Seemingly not the case, though. They're giving everybody can kind of give interviews with Sean Payton, except for the Indianapolis Colts for some reason. Joining us back, the senior insider for the NFL, the league itself, the network, the website, and its streaming service, NFL Plus. Ian Rappaport. What is it? What do we got?
Right, so here was the news. It wasn't. Now, there is some Mike Williams news from our good friend Tom Pelissero, which we should also discuss.
Smart. This is smart, by the way. Grab somebody else's news if yours isn't that good. This is smart. This is a good move by you.
Well, no. Here's my news. Some candidates for the Jets OC position. Very high interest. Patriots tight ends coach Nick Haley. Eagles quarterback coach Brian Johnson. Former Colts OC Marcus Brady.
I'm thinking Parks Frazier. You guys taking
Parks Frazier? No. Hey, still on the staff. If Jeff Saturday gets it, which is still possible.
Jeff Saturday has come out and said Parks Frazier still calling plays if he's the head coach?
He has not said that,
Okay.
but I would imagine he'd still be on the staff.
Okay, so I do think this is big-time news because allegedly, and you would know better than us, Woody was out on Saleh Is that real? That was what the internet was cooking up. The internet was cooking up that Woody Johnson was out on Salah so much because of what happened with Zach Wilson and the entire offensive system. So then, obviously, the entire offense of coaching staff has to change. Is that the series of events that took place there?
Well, I don't think he was out on Salah, but everybody was frustrated with the offense. And, I think Michael LaFleur would be a really good coach. And this is like so weird to say, but I think the worst thing to ever happen to the Jets recently, there's been a lot of bad things, was Greg Knapp unfortunately passed away. And he is a veteran. He was very wise. He's a great guy. And he was supposed to be the one to kind of help Zach Wilson through this. And they sort of never replaced, and besides the unbelievably awful, tragic part of this, which it is, they never really replaced him, so there was no veteran voice on the staff. I think now they're taking a look at the offensive staff, and they go, all right, like, we need to fix this. We need to be better. We'd like to fix Zach Wilson, probably also bring in a veteran. Woody said yesterday he would pay for it, which obviously he would, but anyway, he still said it. And so, like, they need to retool this entire thing. So they're going to do a wide-ranging search. They're going to look at a lot of options, and they're starting the process now.
Got it. Okay, so good luck to the Jets, and obviously rest in peace to Coach Knapp and everything that happened over there. No fun. The future may be bright for the Jets, or it might be the same old Jets, which is a heartbreaker because it seemed like they had things going on there. Yeah. Let's talk about some other coaching searches. What's Sean Payton? What are you hearing about Sean Payton? Is there any update there? A lot of interviews taking place. Is anything real right now? Are we in the stage of hiring, or everybody's just kind of dancing with each other?
Dancing. It seems like, so basically the way the schedule maps out, you're going to get through next like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday when the in-person interviews start. So there'll be virtual interviews with some, and then in-person interviews. And then my guess is we'll get a couple hires in there because you'll have some teams that'll be like, all right, like, we've been through our guys, we're good. A couple people are still playing, but we can make a decision because we will have met with these guys in person. So my guess is we're not going to get anything until the middle of next week. As far as the Sean Payton, he has 3 requests right now. He has the Texans, the Cardinals, and the Broncos. The Broncos are going to be Tuesday, presumably the other 2 after that. He is a strong candidate at all those places. I think, and I didn't, so going into this, I would have said, I don't know if Sean Payton would go to the Cardinals. Now I think it's pretty legit. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, both them and the Texans have kind of undercover pretty good opportunities because Kyler is different. But
quarterback.
Sean Payton's different too, and maybe that works. And he is a great coach and will no doubt give some accountability to Kyler Murray and make sure of it. They're not going to need a clause in the contract, etc. Sean will make sure of it. And then the Texans, you basically get to start clean with a new quarterback at number 2, like, and the $75 million of cap space. That's a pretty good opportunity too.
Houston, big city, loyal fan base too, and they would go crazy if they won down there. And obviously, he got to experience that with New Orleans.
Yep.
That was
I
experience.
was saying, it kind of reminds me of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like, fans are starved there,
Not too far.
Hey, they're loud too. Houston fans, loudest stadium I've ever.
That stadium?
That's the loudest stadium I ever played in. I will say it. I've said it numerous times. I will say it again. And I was in Seattle for the Niners Seattle game.
Right.
And I think it is louder because of the echo that it's built in. It's like an echo chamber almost, that stadium. Brilliantly built for sound. But for me, playing-wise, Houston Texans, Thursday night football game, whenever we were playing them, it was basically for the AFC South every single time. So loud. Like, the whole ringing in the ears thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's crazy.
That's real, yeah. They'd never get credit for it because we were winning a bunch, and then when they would win the AFC South, they'd lose in the wild card weekend or whatever, and they'd be out, so they never really won on anything. Their fans, though, are fucking awesome down there. They are loud. They seemingly know football, too. Like loud at the right times.
Sure.
J.J. Watt was their guy. He was the driver behind it. Speaking of Watt, did you hear we got a Bud Light deal, Rap?
I love Bud Light. I've always loved Bud Light.
We know.
I still love Bud Light.
I was wondering if you're drinking during the show, which it's Bud Light, so I feel like that's fine.
Well, today's the first day of our Bud Light deal.
Yeah.
So we had a couple. We announced it earlier in the show, and we had a couple.
Great.
We had a couple celebratory pops. This is the end of the pop.
Yep.
It is delightful.
Oh my God.
I mean,
So
it
smooth.
is
No,
so.
It is a great beverage, no doubt about it. When you're, need a refreshment or just when you don't, really at all times, it's good.
Yeah, hey, listen, don't be trying to weasel in on our Bud Light deal, okay? This is
I'm
taking us
saying.
5 years to get.
Yeah,
All right, this could be like helping. You're saying, but it sounds like you're working an angle. Hey, what's the angle? What's the angle? What you're doing here? The boys have some questions.
It
for
is
you.
funny though that it took you 5 years to get a beverage deal, and you guys are awesome. I feel okay saying that. Meanwhile, every random NFL defensive lineman is like, why am I not getting more marketing? It's like it takes a little time. It's not everybody is JJ Watt.
Well, that is very true.
Well
and
said.
To be honest, we don't deserve a Bud Light deal.
No.
But we got a Bud Light deal.
Yeah.
And we've been waiting on a Bud Light deal.
Wide.
And we've told some others, no, thank you. We're waiting on a Bud Light deal. And we're at the point now where we got a Bud Light deal.
Wide.
Rap, it's a good day. Cheers to you. Connor has a question for you, pal.
Yeah, Rap Sheet. Good
Is
to
that?
see ya.
What's in that?
Hold on.
Rap, we
That's
know.
coffee.
Oh, Irish?
Yeah, a little Bailey's in
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
No, I'm not a big Irish coffee guy. If I'm going to drink, I would just drink
I like that.
bourbon in a glass.
And there's also there's a coffee martini or espresso martini.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can get a little
That's
juice.
good.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Irish
that's
coffee thing, not my deal either.
Espresso Martins are.
The best.
I don't really fuck with
What?
martinis.
They're so good. You got to try them.
I'm literally just a Bud Light drinker or
What?
No.
a whiskey.
Wide. Wide.
I'll have an old fashioned. I've gotten into the old fashioned game these days. Because
That's awesome.
College game day, we have that Friday night dinner, and we go to all these super meat places basically everywhere. And you walk
awesome.
you walk by and they're doing some torch gimmick
Oh,
to
yeah.
something.
Yep.
I'm like, what are they drinking? They're like, that's an old fashioned. I'm like, all right, give me the fucking torch drink. I'll take that. And then I started drinking and enjoy. They put the big ice cubes in there. I feel so sophisticated. So that's I'll go old fashions on Friday nights whenever I was doing dinners, and then Bud Light's the go-to for everything else.
Amen.
Boom.
We
What
gotta-
else do you need?
We got to figure it out. Go ahead, Connor. Sorry, we thought he was boozing 72 ounces.
Right.
Yeah, I figure he's got another class over there, and he just hasn't shown it to us yet. But, Rap Sheet, we were talking Derek Carr yesterday. Obviously not a great contract. Do you think he's going to get cut? Do you think he's going to get traded? Are the Jets one of those spots? And what is the market like right now for Derek Carr that the Raiders are looking into?
So I think there's a lot of interest. I expect there to be a lot of interest, mainly because, as you guys know, not welcome to the Colts, by the way. Doesn't sound like the Colts are going to get there. But,
Okay.
Good start.
That's good for Derek Carr. It has not worked out here, so I'm happy for Carr.
Yeah.
I'm unselfish.
I expect a lot of interest, but it is going to be difficult to trade because here's why. Let's say the Raiders strike a deal with someone, any team, whatever. Well, then, okay, congratulations. You've traded for Derek Carr, agreement in principle. It becomes official next month. But the fully guaranteed money is actually still on the books for the Raiders for the next month. So you have to trust that the other team would do a deal, which you would because otherwise GMs would all fight each other. But what if Derek Carr gets in a skiing accident and breaks his leg and the other team is like, yeah, we're not doing that. Well, it's we had a deal. So it takes a lot. You can do it. Teams have done it. The Commanders did it for Carson Wentz. You can do it. But it takes a lot of trust to get a deal done. So I expect a lot of interest. I just don't know for sure that it's going to be a trade because of how the contract affects the entire arrangement.
So what's the most likely? Probably just cut, and then he'll sign somewhere? Cut by the 15th of February?
You probably, I think. On the other hand, well, yeah, I would say maybe that's the most likely, and then he'll be a very hot free agent. And the contract was actually really smart for both sides because if he went out and killed it, he would have been locked into a deal that would have been fine for the Raiders. Obviously, he didn't. So, basically he gets to get out a month before free agency, and some team gets to go, all right, we got a quarterback. We're good. That's a really, really big deal before free agency.
You never know where he could end up. What's Tua's future look like down there in Miami?
Jets.
How about the Saints? The Jets looking for something. We have no
Carolina.
idea. That's why there's I think an overwhelming
So many
convo.
teams.
That's why there's an overwhelming convo about him being traded because there's so many teams and somebody wouldn't want the risk of him maybe going somewhere else. Who knows? We shall look on. The Colts have really made us all believe that there is a chance that people will trade for veteran quarterbacks who have a massive deal.
Absolutely.
And it probably won't work out if it works out like for the Colts, but Derek Carr might be different. Tone, your question.
Ian, Brendan Staley's getting torched on the internet because Mike Williams is now officially ruled out and obviously played last week in a game that's meaningless. Was the whole organization, on the same side of that one? Do you know a little bit of the backstory of that one? How's things going in Charger land?
Probably were better until we realized that he actually had suffered a fracture in his back, as colleague Tom Pelissero noted. Additional tests revealed because he just wasn't getting better. Initially thought it was a contusion. Now it's a tiny little fracture, which is still a fracture. So I don't mean tiny little. These are organizational decisions. So I know Staley's getting torched. I know there were other people who knew this was coming. It was a meaningless game. I don't know what the right answer is. I really don't. There are a lot of coaches that play a lot of players in meaningless games. You guys, I know, are big momentum guys. I, as you know, are not. This is one example. There's not a lot of examples of this happening. I mean, I can remember Wes Welker, for one. We talked about on the show the other day. This is another one. Guys generally haven't gotten hurt in these situations, but he's also not the only coach to play someone in a meaningless game, so I don't know if it's random or his fault, but either way, it's a very big deal. Very big deal.
So you were waiting on Mike Williams, huh? Because of the whole conversation we had last week. It's kind of like, you remember you hear that? You guys big momentum guy. Better guys. I'm not. I'm an stats analytics guy. Team's worse whenever you lose a guy.
Let's say the Chargers win. Mike Williams is out, but the Chargers win, seemingly benefiting from playing that last game. Well, then he would be right. So I don't know the right answer. I don't.
Yeah, but even if they win and they lose next week and Mike Williams isn't going to be back, so then
it's a loss. Yeah, you just hope nobody gets hurt. That was a massive collision. Hope he is okay. Anytime you got a back, you never know when it's going to get better or when it's going to get worse. That feels like something that they haven't been able to predict for a long time. Last question here. We know you're very busy, Rep. We appreciate the hell out of you. And you deserve the little victory lap on your take. Not because Mike got hurt. We're all pissed about that. But the conversation was, do we play or do we not play? All football meatheads say, we play. We're getting better. And Rap goes,
I'm not a moment.
Ty, your question for Rap.
Rap Sheet, there were reports that Evan Neal hurt his ankle in practice yesterday potentially, but that he should still be good to go this weekend. What's the injury status with him? And then we also saw a bunch of the Giants O-linemen allegedly getting boozed up at the Islanders game. And then on the other side, is Minnesota still down like 3 offensive linemen?
I support whatever they were doing, especially involving getting boozed up. I've been to an Islanders game. It is awesome. So good job by them. Definitely don't go dry, even though there's a playoff game this week. We need to let off some steam. Evan Neal should be fine. Very, very, very minor, I was told. He's going to need to be on it. And I think as far as the Vikings go, I'm not 100% sure on where they stand, but I know they are getting a lot healthier and seem to be in a really good place, especially at the center position. So I think it should be good on good, and let's see what happens.
All right, we appreciate the hell out of you, Rep. You're the best, man. You are an absolute stallion of what you do. Sometimes, just a bit arrogant.
Yeah, a little bit of a horse's ass sometimes.
Yeah,
didn't really say congratulations.
That sounds right.
Yeah, didn't say congrats about the Bud Light deal. Just tried to get his own.
Right.
Yes.
But that's Ian. We'd say that's Ian. That's why he's the senior insider for NFL Plus. We appreciate you. Have an incredible Super Wild Card weekend.
Guys.
You working all weekend? You on TV?
Oh, yeah. I'll be working. I'll be on TV all weekend. On the grind. I'll have a Bud Light in between, though. Don't worry.
Wade. Have a good one. Great season, Ian. Appreciate you, buddy. See you next week. Love that, man.
At the grind. Is that what he said?
It's a bar. It's a local bar that he goes to.
No, that's what he calls the basement.
Yeah, that's right. The grind.
Okay. Yeah, this is called the grind. He's at it. Yeah. Leah doesn't walk down there. That's his wife. Hey, don't walk into the grind or you'll get.
Unless you got food or booze. I don't want to see you. How about that non-exclusive franchise tag? Did we know that was a thing?
What is that? Yeah. Did you just make something up right here?
Sounded like
you just. I got franchise tag. I had no idea that existed. Maybe we had heard of it. We never talked about it because we just assumed that wasn't the case. But 2 1s for Lamar is something somebody would certainly do.
I was going to say, why wouldn't you do that? You're going to have like 15 teams in the league reach out and offer that for him. You have your pick of the litter.
And why wouldn't they? I guess because they wouldn't want to give him up.
But they haven't signed him yet, and it seems like they're fucking getting cold feet and dragging their feet on signing him anyway. So if that is potentially what's going to happen, then why wouldn't you just rip the Band-Aid off and do it right now?
I'm not sure. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Nope.
I don't want
Better for us.
I don't want to do a whole nother year of us saying, is Lamar healthy enough to play or is he not? Like, that's 2 more years. This is Lamar Jackson. The world deserves to see Lamar sore.
Yeah,
that's right.
That conversation just stinks too, because
Stinks.
it brings people in just to bury him. Where it's like, hey, we all see what happens when this guy's healthy and on the field. You remember that Dolphins game that they ended up losing, but he had like a 75-yard touchdown run, 75-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He's ridiculous.
He seems to never get tackled.
No.
Just like always skirting out of bounds somehow. Remember when they had fucking Mark Andrews or Patrick Ricard under center? Give him a
Mark
pitch.
Andrews,
Mark Andrews under center and give him a pitch outside, and he legitimately looked like exactly like probably the best running back in the NFL. And he takes the pitch, and then he stiff arms guy. This is quarterback. Stiff arms guy through ground, runs out of bounds, looks at him, throws ball back. Now he's in the middle of the huddle. By the way, here we go under center. It's a Lamar Jackson show.
Yeah.
So it's not just like Deshaun Watson getting paid $230 million when he's never done anything for the Browns yet, let alone everything going on off the field that was incredibly serious and terrible. Nobody's just watching the show to watch Deshaun Watson, okay? Nobody's turning on the Browns just to watch. Lamar Jackson's must-see ratings are up when Lamar's on. Merch is up when Lamar Jackson's playing. Ticket sales are through the roof when Lamar Jackson. So whenever you talk about value and you just want to compare contracts, it's like you're not even taking into account the overall brand value that the Ravens get because Lamar's there. It just makes no sense to me why a deal has not been done. That is my biggest gripe.
Yeah.
Get a deal done with the dude and let's move along and not have these conversations.
Well, and people that don't think he's a good passer, like when you look at some of the other quarterbacks, especially the young ones in the league, like Josh Allen when he got Diggs, whole different Josh Allen. Tua when he got Tyreek Hill, whole different Tua. And then even Burrow, you could say, when they got Jamar Chase, like that transformed their offense. And they've never had a guy where it's like, and aside from Mark Andrews, but they never had a wide receiver on the outside where it's like, hey, Lamar can just back shoulder this guy to death or just throw it up to them, and it'll end up going well.
Here is what is an exclusive franchise tag. Somebody just sent it in. An exclusive franchise tag bars a tag player from negotiating a deal with a new team. The salary for an exclusive franchise tag is also calculated slightly differently than the salary for a non-exclusive franchise tag. Exclusive franchise tag, top 5 things at the position over the last 5 years. For a non-exclusive franchise, top 5 salaries at their position during current year, as opposed to the average of the top 5 salaries at the position over the last 5 years for non-exclusive.
Much different.
Okay. So I got non-exclusive. It was top 5 over the last 5 years.
Okay.
Exclusive top 5 this year. This is your price. Vastly different price.
Yeah.
That's a different number for sure. Non-exclusive, though, can get sent to another team if they just have to give 2 ones and it's a guarantee, or the Ravens have to agree to that.
I would imagine they have to agree to it, right?
Yeah, if the Ravens wouldn't match it, they'd say
a non-exclusive franchise tag allows a tagged player to negotiate a deal with a new team. A tagged player's original team has the options to match or refuse the new team's offer, or refuse it and be rewarded 2 first-round picks. If the original team refuses to match the offer, the tagged player can sign with the new team. This is the most common applied franchise tag. Okay. Got it. So they should do non-exclusive. Somebody's going to go get them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ravens will be able to say, that's what the market says then. So, the Ravens right now are saying nobody is going to pay anybody else what Deshaun Watson got. Non-exclusive tag gives Lamar and his team an opportunity to see what others will offer. Now he's going to have leverage. Everybody said Deshaun had leverage because Atlanta wanted in, Saints wanted in, Cleveland wanted in. So David Mulligetta was able to negotiate those 3 against each other. The Browns were out, remember?
Yeah.
Completely out. And then all of a sudden the Browns are in. Why? Oh, they said they'll go fully guaranteed with the $230 million, which is probably what the Falcons and the Saints were talking about, not fully guaranteed though. So then the Browns were able to go. But Mulligetta was allowed to kind of pin these teams against each other for Deshaun Watson while he was on contract with another team. So now Lamar Jackson will be able to build up leverage, it seems like, and see what the market will say. Okay, so they go non-exclusive, he's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Go to market. See what people will offer.
Well, that's what the Ravens will have to decide. And then if the Ravens find out that the market isn't what Lamar thinks, they win. But if it is what Lamar thinks, which I think we all think it will be, Ravens lose, but they get 2 first-round picks and they move on.
Yep.
How are you going to rebuild? Good question. Welcome to the world of 25 teams.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck.
Let's get to a break. Hour 1 is wrapping up here. We can't thank you enough for joining us. Had a couple people on the internet say, a sponsorship announcement was your big announcement? Yeah.
It's fucking Bud Light.
Yeah, it's not just a sponsorship.
What are we even talking about?
This isn't Blake's Nut Free. This is fucking Bud Light. Okay.
That's an incredibly inside joke.
It is.
Deep cut.
It is. That's a real throwback. Boy.
Hard.
Those are the things that we used to have to try to sell, though.
Exactly.
That's what the business was. I would point at that one to be directly why.
That might be. Yeah, that might have been the end of it.
Why we have gone to the model that we have gone to.
Yep.
We don't push the merch store much. Google has been great. We know nobody over there. We just get a check every month from them. They're fantastic. FanDuel obviously comes in. SeatGeek's been with us for everything.
Love SeatGeek.
Hey, SeatGeek, we're going to go think about, well, every Wednesday I'm going to have to fly down to Florida in the middle of the pandemic to wrestle on NXT. I'm not going to be able to fly, obviously, because Indianapolis doesn't have direct flights down there on Wednesdays, and that's the whole thing. Is there any way we can make a deal? I guess. What are you guys going to do? I don't know. We'll film something, right? We'll be able to film. We promise we'll be able to make it work. SeatGeek is like, here you go. I guess that's the thing. That relationship has been the cornerstone of our company, SeatGeek. Just because the belief they've had in us, and also Ticket Stooge just saying, like, all right, we trust you.
Yeah.
Which has been very nice of them.
Yeah.
Love Ticket Stooge.
5 Hour Energy, they've been having to deal with this phone thing not being able to work.
Long time.
Long time. Not granted, they haven't had to pay us, put a pause on it.
True.
So
if so fact.
certainly the case. But them joining in is fantastic. 5 Hour Energy is fucking a massive company.
Oh yeah, huge. Roman.
Huge. Been with us a long time. Potential also same advertising minds as SeatGeek. So
Makes sense.
potentially why that works. But shout out to Roman. Cash App got into the game, helped out a lot, made things a lot efficiently. We appreciate them. Bud Light joining the fucking team. This is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Huge deal.
If you don't think it's a big deal, you weren't with us when we were in the basement.
That's right.
Fuck off.
Damn it.
You weren't with us when we didn't even have the opportunity for 10 microphones not to work because we didn't have 10 microphones.
What?
Exactly.
We're sharing mics sitting on a couch numerous occasions.
Yeah.
Now we got a fucking Bud Light deal.
Wide.
Kidding me?
I'm very excited about this.
Should be.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you guys for watching our shit and letting us do this. We should do a Bud Light giveaway, shouldn't we?
Why not?
Hell yeah.
We can't give away Bud Light, I don't think. You can get a Drizzly, though.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, use code WIDE with 2 Ds. And what's that, Zito? Oh, we could give away a Bud Light neon sign, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
It's
sweet.
sick. We got
There
like
we
15
go.
of them. How about this, Connor? You've been working on this shot.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Piece of cake.
Come on, Con Man.
Piece of cake.
From that distance?
Come on, Con Man. There's 2 balls there, too. There's 3 here. You got 5.
Here we go, Connor.
I'll throw these if you need them. If you won't. All right, Connor, hold
Wait,
on.
what's going on?
All right, so Connor is going to shoot. Good. Let's make sure we get a shot on it.
Yep.
Connor will shoot from this free throw line at that hoop. Okay? Free throw line, my side to hoop on Connor and Ty's side down
Nice.
there. If he hits one of these 5, not only will one special winner get a Bud Light neon sign,
Wide.
we'll give 15 people $500.
Okay.
And we'll give away some merches, 5 merches.
Hell yeah.
So what's that, 21 winners altogether?
That's right.
15 $500 winners, 5 merch winners, 1 Bud Light neon sign winner.
Right.
All you got to do is retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put your cash tag in there so we can pay you on Cash App efficiently, although that might not be.
Sure.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Time
with that.
permitting.
Connor's been working on this shot for the people. Connor's hair is flowing beautifully. We got to deal with Bud Light. Vibes are high. It's Feel Good Friday. Go ahead and bury one of these things, Connor. Buckets.
Nope.
Ball back. Ball back.
Ball back. Ball back.
Nice.
Free ball. Free ball. Bonus ball.
Bonus ball.
Oh no, that's
I
just.
mean,
He's gonna be here all day.
yeah.
Bonus ball.
Bonus ball. Buckets. Bonus ball.
Bonus
Bonus ball.
Bonus ball.
It is.
Connor makes his first try. We'll give 15.
Bonus ball.
Bonus ball.
Bonus ball.
Bonus ball.
Bonus ball.
Connor, this is nowhere near what you were shooting earlier. Just go back to your basics. Connor,
Bonus
just go
ball,
back to
bonus
the
ball,
basics.
bonus ball.
There you go.
Whoa, whoa.
There you go. Thank you.
Take the ball cap off. Bonus ball.
Bonus ball. D-Butt's so pissed right now.
All right, so
Bonus ball.
Connor, if you make one of these shots, we'll give 15 people $500, 5 people merches, and 1 Bud Light neon sign on this Feel Good Friday. All you gotta do is retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put your cash tag in the reply so we can pay you officially on Cash App, which might not be the cash of the future for us.
First shot.
Nope, no bonus.
New ball. That ball stinks.
Oh, it's like tennis, like serve.
You see how close I was to kicking that ball?
Yeah.
And then...
Bonus ball.
Bonus ball. First shot.
I guess it took him 3 tries.
That's right.
That's it. Just 3.
But it was glorious in the end. Jim Irsay's just made a statement that we'll certainly read here on the other side of this break. But 15 people will win $500. 5 people will win merches from the store. And 1 lucky winner will win a Bud Light neon sign. All you got to do is retweet this video of Connor draining a shot beautifully.
Hell yeah.
Say something nice to somebody in a reply to this tweet and put your cash tag in there so we can pay you officially on Cash App, although that might not be the cash that we use in the future. We appreciate you all so much. Hour 2's on the other side. A lot of news to break down, games to pick. AJ Hawk will be here, and Lane Johnson, right tackle of the Eagles. Right. Be a friend, tell a friend. Take 5. Let me tell a tale about this little blue can. Inside there's a nectar love from here to Japan. It's a vibe, it's a time, ice cold or with lime. So sublime.
This shit is divine.
It's the beer of choice when you wanna rejoice. Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Well, us and Bud Light have made it official. We bring the stoogery, they bring delish. Feels like a genie just granted us a wish. Cause for all of us, it was love at first sip. Now be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Cause if you're living life right and you're drinking Bud Light and you wake up in the morning and you fight the good fight, then you're doing A-okay, doing A-okay. Matter of fact, you're doing great no matter what they say. Now, be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is wide, $5 off tonight. $5 off tonight.
Wide.
They want to play for the Yankees one day, the people I'm playing against. They want to play for the fucking Yankees.
Check out, like, in there, we put a little surprise in there for you.
About to get iced, it feels like. Yeah, I mean, let's start the day, I guess.
What the fuck you get
It's great to be a member of the Washington Wild Things baseball team. We're number 1 in the league, right?
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody else. When I take BP, will there be anybody telling me how to fuck the hit?
No.
Feels like the wind's blowing this way. Might have to attack that fence tonight, huh? Hey, you got it! Does the DJ play heaters like this all night? I started hitting 2 days ago.
Oh, you'll be fine.
I think I figured it out.
You'll probably only face 90 miles an hour tonight. You should be good.
Is that me in the game then? This is a good at bat. This is a good at bat. Oh shit! Oh shit! Give me it!
1-1 pitch.
Let's go!
Line drive.
Son of a bitch! That came down a lot faster than I thought, though. Let's be honest.
It's deep, and it is off the wall. Fielded out.
Excuse me! If you could all get off of my dick, we would be better off. Tell you what, would have been nice to take a nap earlier.
Another throw.
Get back!
First.
You have to tell me when that's happening. You're making me look bad. Hey, Steven, fuck you. Hey, fuck you, Steven. Hey, nice pitch. 149. Does that feel good, Steven? Oh, wow. Wow.
He tosses up the ball.
Wow. Back to being a player now. Making plays. Touchdown. What inning is it?
Top of the second.
Jesus. But it was finally my time to get in that box.
Number 1, the right fielder,
the former punter from West Virginia, a former Indianapolis Colt, and a current Barstool Sports personality, Pat McAfee.
The anticipation is real.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, right at Pat. Hit out.
I'm in the hole? Son of a bitch. This is about to happen.
And that will bring up Pat McAfee once again.
First pitch from Reynaldo Lopez, swing and a miss by McAfee.
Hey, what was that? And the catcher goes, I had to give you one.
Liftoff speed.
What was that? Then I look at the pitcher, and he's smiling. He's like laughing, like he's toying with me like I'm a child. It all comes down to this. My last at-bat. Hey, I'm gonna get on. You bring me home.
This is your life on the line, fucker.
Let me tell you something. You're going to take an L, okay? You're going to take one.
So I think that the close your eyes and swing method is perfect for you.
Oh, this is hardball.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Jesus. You have no prayer.
Now batting, number 1, right fielder, Pat McAfee.
Oh, boy. Oh, this is the thing. Let's go! Hey, I saw a ball last night, no laces. Is that normal?
Yeah, I also threw a sidewinder, a helicopter ball out to Jonesy. I don't know how he caught it. We were going in the red zone. And the ball got snapped to me, and it just said, I don't know if Josh's hand was wet or if the ball didn't get wiped off, but it got to me. I didn't have laces. I was trying to throw out in the flat, and it was like just totally slick. And I threw this absolute sidewinder helicopter out to him. And, classic Jonesy, just like, meh, easy catch, 5 yards.
It was Dobbs' first little out or whatever. And you had time from the side, you could go back to the beginning of that. From the side angle, from the full play, you had time to adjust that if you wanted to. You just apparently did not. You don't care? Is that a thing? You just don't, it's all about your grip. It doesn't matter where the ball is?
Yeah, on that play, and that's cool. I didn't actually know that. But on that play, we had a little 3-man combination to the right side we had motion. And a lot of times on that play, the back's coming across, so he's not a part of the 3-man side. But a lot of times on that play, you kind of just catch in trying to get the ball out. Christian run down sidelines. You got Joe in the flat, and Allen was snapping up at 5 yards. So you're trying to really get the ball out quickly. And Dobbers is actually number 4 in the progression on the backside. So I probably just was thinking, oh, this ball's going to the flat right away, so I'm going to catch it and get the ball out as quick as possible. And then sometimes, that doesn't happen. You come back and find a way to throw an accurate ball without the laces. But that's why, a lot of the pre-practice work that I do is all this. I never throw the ball with the laces in pre-practice. And there's plays, reps during practice and drill work that you do this stuff because you never know what's going to come up in the game. And that's a cool clip. I'm glad you guys got that. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're thankful for NFL Film sending it over, and the angle is perfect because it's literally right down there. And as soon as I saw it, we were watching all the clips that we have every single morning. Foxy brings it over, and we watch through it. And I just see the laces just staring. And I remember back in the day, there was a couple quarters, Nate Davis, I think, of Ball State. Whenever he was making transition in the NFL, it was literally the only conversation. This guy doesn't throw with the laces. This guy doesn't throw with the laces. And then I see the best thrower of a football of all time having time, not using laces, and I'm like, how come that's I'd never known that about you. So you're telling me you no look and no lace?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I just found that out. I didn't know you could throw a ball pretty good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is what AQ wants to spotlight when he has the opportunity to for the big guys. And there's been a rule change I think Tone is going to talk about. What are you thinking whenever somebody like this guy, okay, gets out and oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
No. Don't do it.
What are you
Got that
being
outside
taught
leg.
and what are you supposed to do with these new rules of not being able to cut somebody there? Pat, honestly, that's a great question, Tone.
Man, honestly, what we're taught to do because the offensive linemen do not know where the ball carrier is. So we're taught to foot fake them.
Yep.
Call it the AI them or fake them out the best we can because their whole obligation is to block us. So if we're giving them any quick move, they're going to fall for it.
That's what he tried to do here.
Yeah, but he did a little bit too slow. It got to be quick. It got to be nice and fast.
Oh, man.
But that hurt.
Yeah, I could imagine. Because you were back in the days where they could cut, So now.
Which I like that. Sorry, AQ.
Hey, I used to like cutting downfield too because exactly what you said. Once I got that foot fake, I was falling on the fucking ground. So
So as long as I could just run out there and dive, I'd make you guys make the first move.
Why?
Let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Boston
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the FanDuel Thunderdome. On this Friday, the 13th of January, 2023, Hour 2 starts right now. Football! Lamar Jackson is stealing the conversation all over everything. The TVs in the back there literally had his face with his Oakley glasses on, all 6 of them. He is the topic of discussion right now because of his health and his future. But what we need to be celebrating is the fact that Super Wildcard Weekend kicks off tomorrow at 4:31 Eastern Time.
Hell yeah!
As the San Francisco 49ers and the Seahawks clash to kick off epic football for 3 straight days. Obviously, this whole thing wraps up on Monday night where the Cowboys and the Bucs will battle in Tampa Bay. But for the next 3 days, we have NFL football. And not just NFL football, we have the most important NFL football of the season. Super Wild Card Weekend kicks off, and we can't wait to discuss it for the next couple hours. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. You both wearing the same hats. That looks cool.
Yeah, I just figured, these hats are pretty sweet, Pat. So, yeah, we both threw them on.
Oh, yeah, we got Bud Light, too. No big deal.
no big deal.
Bud Light. No big deal. We got Bud Light, too.
Bud Light.
Everybody in the back. One half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here. Tone, you look fantastic.
You look fantastic as well. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, cheers to you for the Bud Light deal.
Way to go, Tony.
You earned it, Tone.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Tone, you have a Bud Light deal.
How about it?
Well, not me specifically, but
The show.
yeah, the show.
You are a massive part of the show.
Part of the show, Tony.
Remember, some people watch our videos, and they comment about you.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Right-wing cowboy.
Not normally,
Back at
not
it
normally
again.
positive, but
No, normally, yes. You're not seeing enough of the positivity then because obviously you bring something
Probably
to the
got
show that
muted.
no other show has the capability of bringing because your
right.
brain is one
Cowboy.
of one. Speaking of a brain being one of one, there's a large one in Ohio that joins us every single day. He's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup champion, a COVID survivor. Oh, Bud Light guy.
Hell yeah.
It's Ohio fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. We did it, AJ.
Congrats. Officially arrived, right? This is like the mark of where you can turn and look back when 20 years from now, this is the moment.
Honestly, I mean, the FanDuel deal is crazy.
Yeah.
FanDuel deal is crazy. You know what I mean? Them being our exclusive sports book in the time in which it took place and where the gambling world is going. 20 years from now, we'll look back, and that'll probably be a discussion.
Yeah.
SeatGeek, first partner, first ever sponsor. We'll look back on them and be like, thanks to SeatGeek keeping us going for a large portion of this whole thing. But you get fucking the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
I mean, are you kidding me, AJ? Bud Light? Dude, this is a big deal.
Is it strictly Bud Light, or do you get like Bud Heavies? Like, how does it work?
I know you like to drink diesel, and I think Bud Light will maybe open a pallet or two for you.
They make it all.
Perhaps.
They make it all. It's all under the same roof.
So let's go back there. We had a natural light deal years ago. Animation voiceover, had to take a trip down to Bloomington for the Little Five, had like 50 beers in one day. Drink responsibly, though, honestly. And only did that because we thought, like you said, it's all under the same roof. We'll be able to just get to Bud Light. Like, we're adults. Had Natural Light run. Love Natural Light. Natural Light was there for me whenever I needed Natural Light, you know. But Bud Light as an adult, literally, this is what we're doing here. You know what I mean? This is what we're doing here. So I was like, we'll do the Natural Light deal in hopes of getting to the Bud Light. That never happened. Literally just never.
Nope.
Hey, never. We're like, we would like to get to Bud Light. They're like, well, that's a different team. Sorry about it. And they were nice people, but they did not. Now that we're here, 2023 is kicking off with a fucking sweet bang.
Hell yeah.
I'm pumped about it. I'm excited about it. Let's start talking about some football here. AJ Hawk. Lamar Jackson conversation's obviously leading the way because he's not playing this weekend and because of his tweets from last night. Do you feel the same way I do? And I've talked about this enough. I think we both have. They should have just got a fucking deal done. We don't have to have this conversation anymore.
Yes, I believe they should have got a deal done by now. But I did see a little bit of Rappaport. I think I might be with Rap Sheet thinking even if he had a deal, I still think we'd be in the same spot right now with his knee.
I don't think it would. The reason why he had to put a tweet out, though, is because the people that were talking about him not playing because he hasn't gotten a deal. So that was becoming an angle. What's the angle?
What's the angle?
People were starting to say that he wasn't playing because you even heard Rap say it there. Now, similar injuries that other people have come back to, he has not come back to, right? Like that's an angle that a lot of people are going, and a lot of people started piecing two and two together. Well, he's doing this to punish the Ravens because he wasn't able to get a long-term deal. I'm not saying that's what we did at all. I'm just telling you reality that we live in. People were doing that to Lamar Jackson, so I have to mention it to mention this. They get a deal done, that isn't even being talked about. You know what I mean? That type of shit's not even being discussed, I think. Now, do you know what a PCL sprain is? Have you ever had that? Do you know? Have you?
Yeah, I tore my PCL in my first game my senior year in high school. Yeah, so I know very well.
Oh, so what's this? Is that a stability one? Is that why he feels loose?
Front and back. Yeah, it goes front and back. So like you could. So now for forever, like if you test my knee, like any doctor, anyone knows anything, it clunks back and forth. They're like, yeah, of course you have no PCL anymore because it doesn't. You usually don't fix your PCL. It's supposed to one of those that's better to heal on its own, I guess.
So if you're not a doctor,
but it takes a while to get stable. Yeah, I have no idea what Lamar's situation is like, but for me, I knew I had to come back and wear a dumb knee brace. The games I came back for a little while. It does take a while for it to feel stable for sure. I know Lamar. If that thing is like it gets all wobbly and weird for a while, so you have to figure it out. It's tough.
So the dumb knee brace is strictly because you thought that was making you look weak, or
no? It feels terrible. It feels awful. It feels so clunky and terrible to wear it.
It's heavy, right?
And it just feels like unathletic. Yeah.
How many games do you have to wear it there?
Toward the first game, I came back. I had to get some surgery and clean out some cartilage I tore at the same time. I came maybe 4 games. 3 games.
Soft.
No, but you wore it for 4 games?
For what?
You wore the knee brace for 4 games?
Yeah, because my PCL was not very stable.
And then you just realize your knee's not going to be stable ever.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is his new reality like his knee's not going to be stable?
I mean, no, it'll be stable. It gets stable, but it's going to be different. Like mine's different forever. Like I can't. Ever since I tore my PCL, I can't bend down like in a catcher stance. That's when it gets super tight and feels horrendous if you bend down like that.
Is that why you do the awkward walk too? Whenever you walk a long time, like on a golf course. And this is what I was so offended by, because nobody briefed us on the walking of that golf course for 4 days on what that was.
I told you. I said, hey, you got to walk. It's a lot.
You didn't say that. You said, yeah, we're going to walk. Golfers walk. Basically, yeah. You walk. Yeah. You walk through. There was no warning. I don't remember any warning because I remember bitching while at the tournament.
Tell me what I should say.
Hey, listen, by like hole 15 every day, I'm struggling to even get through. You were limping heavily late in it.
Blisters. Your legs are rubbing. Yeah, chafe zone runs out. It's a bad deal.
That's what he said. He said, you're not at Tahoe until you start chafing.
When we were at Tahoe.
Yes.
I was like, how come I wasn't told this beforehand? Like, hey, prepare as if you are about to you're doing a marathon. You're doing
10 a day.
Multiple marathons here while you're doing it. We needed a whole new respect for golfers after walking Tahoe. First of all, it's the first full 18 holes I've done maybe ever.
Sure.
I don't know if I've ever.
We've never gone past 9 here.
Here, ever. And then if it is 18, I'm leaving at 12. And then if we do 18, I get there for 18, I'm not playing probably 3 or 4 of those holes in the middle of it. So playing all 18 holes was certainly something, because there was that stage where I normally leave, like fucking hole 12 to hole 16. You look back at my Tahoe scores. They are not good. I've never played those holes before in my life. That is the first time I think I've ever played those holes before, and I was bad. But then once I saw the light at the end of the tunnel, like hole 16, hole 17, hole 18, boom, we're back a little bit of an energy. But I see him struggling to get through the entire course. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me that, like, you're in much better shape than me, and you're struggling. So I think that was kind of like got to earn your stripes a little bit.
For sure.
Like, hey, we got to bully you a little. You got to get Tahoe'd a little bit. Yeah. But is that
Tahoe's like anything else? No, it's like anything else to where you forget. I've done it like 11, 12 times now. Every year I forget, and then I get there and I'm like, geez, I forgot the physical toll that this whole situation is. Like you assume, oh yeah, man, it's awesome, can't wait. And then you get out there and you're like 7 holes in, or I think the second or third day, I remember coming off the first tee box, I blasted my back and couldn't walk for the rest of the round. I remember I was bent down to get my tee or something after I hit one in the woods. Oh, yep, I think we're good. I had to run it out a little bit.
Golf, big back sport too. That's a wrong time to have a back injury. All right. Is that the PCL the reason why your knee's all fucked up though, and why you can't walk? Is that the injury?
It's a big reason. They told you, like, when you tear your PCL and you get unstable like that, it grinds away and it grinds your cartilage away. So yeah, that's why I got scoped the next 4 years of my life each year.
Okay. All right. So that is potentially, I think people need to hear what the PCL is, because ACL always gets talked about.
That's not Lamar's thing. Lamar didn't have to get any cartilage taken out. He didn't get scoped or whatever. So that's great news for him.
He has partial tear though, right? A strain or a sprain is a partial tear
Of his PCL, but I'm saying like PCL tear, and then I chunked up a big thing of cartilage off my knee when I tore my PCL. That sounds like Lamar did not do that.
Okay, that's good news. And we don't know, right? That might come out eventually.
We're not. He didn't get surgery though, right?
No, he said it is still there's still inflammation though. It's still.
That's what it feels like. PCL, when it's like my PCL still, when I walk a lot, like in Tahoe or just different times, it feels like the back of your leg, the back of your knee is like swollen and fat and a lot of pressure. Like you can't bend.
How about that was just like a standard for me. I used to be able to just go to my knee and go like this, and there would be just fluid where both knees. I'd just be able to be like, oh, look at that. Now I don't have it. This is pretty cool. First time I thought of you talking about that pressure that you feel, that's because of the inflammation that is just like in and around your knee. What is that? That's blood rushing to the area?
Trying to protect itself. Your body's trying to protect itself by, I guess, getting more blood and everything there and swelling, and you're supposed to, I guess, back off when that happens.
It's real tight. Everything becomes real tight, which becomes real uncomfortable. That's why Monix had to get his knee drained.
Yeah, that's right. Bingo.
Remember, you hear a lot of people getting their knee drained. That's from the inflammation. Not everybody gets their knee drained. Some people just, like I had shit just in my knee, and then like some weeks it would just dissipate, and then some weeks it would be back. Something would happen, it'd be back. It's just like almost a normal existence with people that have knees. Sounds like he has some inflammation happening. I would assume that's what it is. The amount of pressure that it can feel that is in your knee is very annoying. Then you drain. I got it drained once, multiple times. But one time I got it drained, and it locked up my knee. Did you ever have that happen?
Luckily not. I may have had my knee drained once or twice. Like, inflammation wasn't really my issue. I didn't have like crazy swelling.
Oh, dude. So I got it drained a couple times. Three times I think I got it drained. One of them, though, I guess it's whenever you're vacuuming things out, there's a chance that your body can lock. My fucking leg just locked up completely straight, couldn't move it. Hurt worse than obviously coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, this is so sorry that this happened or whatever, obviously. Like, I was like, how long is it going to be like this? They're like, probably 10 to 15 minutes or something like that. So I just had to fucking like sit there with leg completely, like a cramp. It's almost like your bones cramp. It's almost like your knee cramp. You know when you cramp, everything like locks up? Like your muscles lock up and your feet lock up and everything like that. It felt like my knee locked up, like just completely cramped full extent. It hurt so bad. But then when on the other side of it, it felt like Dufresne coming out of there because there's no inflammation. It wasn't locked up. It felt great. But I hope Lamar will be able to get back to being Lamar Jackson. And I hope they sign a long-term deal so we don't have to continue to have this conversation about his future. Go ahead.
Well, and it feels like such small things can like re-aggravate it. Like when you were practicing for Tahoe, I forget what it was, but you kept your shoes on just swinging golf
on cement. Yeah, and I was twisting.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it got all swollen.
Yeah, and the inflammation came when I was I went and worked out for an NFL team potentially.
Yep.
Felt great in the middle of it. And then like 15, 20 minutes afterwards, knee just fucking full on. Could not have gotten shorts off if I really wanted to. Now, granted, everybody's going to say you wear real tight shorts. Valid. I do wear tight shorts. But with how swollen my knee got after that, I wouldn't have been able to take off like a pair of jorts for like 24 hours with how fucking inflamed it was. Yeah. That was my knee telling me, though, too. Like, hey, we're enjoying the dumb stuff in the microphones, okay? Let's not, there's no reason to even, you did your thing here, okay? Let's move on. Because I had a hell of a work. I think I had a solid workout. I'm like, okay, the kid's back. I'm going to fucking do this. And then literally I get to the plane, and it's like,
oh, no.
Oh, my God.
How long until that goes back to normal, though?
I think it took me like 10 days, 10 days. Yeah. That thing kind of.
Yeah, that's the tough thing to recover. If that happens and you can recover like in a couple of days, it's possible, but 8 to 10 days.
You had to put your leg in that, whatever the hell it's called.
Game Ready. Game Ready is the greatest thing of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
not Normatex?
I did. Normatex was late. I always felt like it was putting my patella into a rear naked choke. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I had them. I haven't used them in a long time, but yeah, it's something that one of the few things I think that actually can give you some positive results.
I think Normatec helps out a lot, but it always puts my my kneecap in a weird spot. gets like locked. My kneecap will get like.
Yeah, if you your kneecap is like dislocated and all that, that would probably put too much pressure on it.
Yeah, had a terrible experience. Yeah, had a terrible. Shouldn't have done it. That was on me. That's not a Normatec. Normatec works. The Game Ready though, I love. I used to fucking live in the Game Readies. Honestly, enjoy both of those. They used to be on horses. Then they brought them over to humans.
Genius.
And they are
really.
Yeah, that's where Game Ready began.
Originally for horses,
I believe. Yeah, it started in horse racing business. I believe.
I thought they just shoot him. I didn't think they even try to ice him.
Okay, Dahn, you have something.
Yeah, I was thinking about the because we were talking about
Watched it
with
happen at
Ian.
Derby one year, but yeah, continue.
Yeah,
Tony.
glue factory horses.
What?
Feels like we should explore that, but
Dude fell, broke his leg. They brought a big curtain out. Boom. See ya.
At the Derby?
didn't know.
Glue
Yeah,
on
they
the
had to.
spot.
Yeah, they had to.
was it an air
Terrible.
gun like in?
Awful.
That
Uh,
happened
We
to
didn't
Bruce's
know.
horse.
I was paying
Country for
very
Old Men?
attention.
Yeah.
Was it No Country for Old Men? Like a.
No, well, they trust me. They had it down to a science. They shielded the whole 100,000 people in the stands from anything. Really, we couldn't see.
That poor horse. Get out.
yeah, that's
So they chopped him up.
Hey,
and
that's
put him
horse
in a
racing, though.
bag.
That's horse racing, I guess.
No, that would have taken a while.
They just took out a Tommy gun right there and just riddled him with fucking bullets.
Did you hear boom or it was silencer?
sound.
No, I've heard from people. I'm sure I'm
A lot of
speaking out of
silencer in
school. I've heard from people that use the little cow
For horses
thing
you
with
can.
where it shoots like
Yeah,
the metal
yeah.
bolt at their head.
Yeah.
Yeah, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
There we go.
Main
Updated technology.
The
man.
main actor looks just like you.
He does kind of similar facial
Yeah.
features. He just carried that fucking.
Josh
Bardem.
Brolin.
Josh Bro, hey, I'll take it.
That's not
that
what
dude's
it
awesome.
Sorry about Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. a lot
not
of
who I
people
was
say
Oh
he
yeah,
does look
Woody.
like AJ.
People say Woody a lot to me.
You like that, right?
Javier Bardem.
I don't mind. Woody seems like a great guy. Seems like he has fun.
I've seen
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
like
people say he looks like the Marine Avatar from the newest
Yeah,
Avatar
that's true, too.
movie.
Oh, you do.
They actually look exactly like.
You do. You look good. All these
I'm gonna
things are
have to
compliments.
Check that out.
Yeah. Well, he's
People tell me I look like a fat Conor McGregor.
what?
Yeah, I'll get,
Who said that?
That's not fair.
I'm joking. There was some old whites attacking me for my image. I was on a photo on the internet with Annie Agar.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Took a picture at ESPN party or whatever. She posted it, and I don't think I've ever seen my face look like that.
That does not
No.
look like you.
I didn't know who that was.
What'd you
for
do?
A second.
I don't know. My eyes look different. It was an interesting thing. I mean, I'm on like 100 milligrams of that, probably 120 milligrams of that
sure.
thing.
Yeah, but
Couple whiskeys,
What?
a few things like that. But I saw that photo and I'm like,
Filtered?
was that
What?
how I looked ever? Is it?
Teased.
No.
I was walking around in public looking like that. People should have told me my face.
didn't look like you.
What's going on?
It was weird to actually open that.
Anyways,
photo.
I was getting attacked in that photo.
Why?
I don't know. I think a lot of Annie's followers were just attacking me. A lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't see that.
Come on.
You did. You did. You did.
I saw the photo.
There is AJ. You do look like this guy, AJ.
Okay. I'm not offended. I'm
He's
okay
part
with
of.
No, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, he's part of the Hawaii tribe on Pandora, so I'd be pumped.
No
it. I
spoilers.
love Hawaii.
No spoilers. There is different tribes.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the first one.
Yeah, they
Does this guy live?
Really?
Yeah, remember when they go out to
They
all of them
unite
and then
the clans.
they come together
Yeah,
and
they-
they were like, we don't trust you, and then he's riding big old fucking pterodactyl thing. They're like, oh, he's the one.
Oh yeah, when they came together for the big
Yeah.
fight.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Big bird, motherfucker knew.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to go up that high with that bird.
Oh, my God.
That thing
Kidding
was
me?
massive.
So big. But I
Holy
guess
fuck.
I guess we should.
I thought it's underwater.
Well, that's this
That's-
upcoming one. The
that's
first
the
one.
first one, dude.
First one, bro.
Oh, the first one we're still talking. Okay.
Yeah.
There might be some big animals in the second one, though.
Big. Big.
Huge.
It better be. He spent $10 billion.
not-
No.
And it's a profit. Thanks. They got another movie coming
Yeah.
out for free.
Thanks.
Every penny that shows up in the next one, profit for Jimmy Cameron.
Thank you, AWA.
Genius.
Just like Black Adam, right?
Yeah.
No, Black Adam lost
Don't deflect.
lost
please.
$300 million.
I will say this. Watching The Rock go through a little bit of adversity has been awesome.
Yeah.
Have you been following along with his Instagram?
Yeah, I
Different
have a
tone
little
lately.
bit. But do you think in his mind he really thinks it's adversity? He knows like it was a success though. Like technically, wasn't it?
I think it was a success.
No, it was so bad. One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It's not
in the
true.
last
There's a lot of people
5,
saying that,
10
though.
years.
No one said that.
I'm not saying that. Connor's saying that.
Yeah, it's a great, terrible movie, if that makes sense. If you go into it knowing I'm not here to watch a good movie, I'm here to watch
Like
The Rock.
Sharknado?
Sure, you could say Sharknado. That's a
come
great
on.
idea.
Sharknado.
That's fucked up.
Okay.
Well, on this platform, we don't need more of this, okay? Because The Rock has heard everybody's what everybody
I
said.
love The Rock like a father. I'm just saying, when it comes to making movies, I like, Run Down, Sean William Scott, The Rock, or Walking Tall
awesome.
with Knoxville. I don't love, superhero.
You want some comedic
Rock.
chops. You want some Rock's comedic chops.
What about that
He's
No
filming
Pain,
a
No
Santa
Gain?
movie.
What's
He's
that?
doing a Christmas movie. I saw his Instagram. He's filming a Christmas movie.
Big
right?
Red.
with J.K. Simmons, yeah.
That's going to be a home run.
Yeah.
He's going to be back.
Yep.
But there's been a lot of
Guaranteed.
people taking shots at The Rock,
Ton.
for this movie getting canceled. and
Despicable.
Everything like
Getting
that.
canceled. What got canceled?
The movie.
The whole entire series.
The whole
Supposed
thing.
to be 3 or
So
4
his-
of
what-
them. And they
Was it- so
flushed
Black
that
Adam
thing
was a-
right down the pooper.
It was a character
Much
from
mana
back in the
to
day,
Oos,
and he just made the
obviously,
first
but-
movie about it, or what? Or did
He
create
added
this
him into
character?
into DC, into the comic book universe.
Yeah, he tried to bring the character Black Adam,
The-
which he worked for, what?
DC Cinematic Universe.
DC universe.
Oh.
He got kicked out
Wait,
of
did he create the character?
No.
But he's the first.
That's I don't.
He's the first.
Oh, and we were hoping, hey, this is going to be like a Harry Potter run of movies.
We were hoping so.
Or any other superhero movie that has ever happened.
Harry's not a superhero. He's a fucking wizard, asshole.
Kind of a superhero, though.
The wizard, Harry.
Did you?
Anyways.
Ty did.
But like Iron Man, there was numerous ones of those. Superman.
How many of those?
Captain
How many Iron Mans?
Three.
Four.
Three
Batman,
Iron
there's
Mans,
a lot
but
of
he's
Batman.
also in the Avengers.
Yeah, he's
so
been in,
really, he was in
7.
Yeah, 7, 8 movies. But the Iron Man specific films, 3.
Who's the DC Avengers?
That is the
the
Suicide
Justice League.
Squad. That's Justice League.
Jared Leto?
Anyways, Black Adam's not going to be part of that.
No, he's
no.
dead.
So whenever they do a DC Universe party movie where they all come together
They've done
and they're fighting against some evil.
Yeah, they
Is it
did
the
it.
Expendables?
They did it already. It wasn't very good either.
Well, Black Adam's not making it into that
No.
one.
Yeah,
Basically,
no
the guy said you're out.
Superman and
I would say that Black Adam would be considered a failure to $7 Productions, which is Rock's production company, and to The Rock as a whole, because Rock's working on this for 15 years.
Jesus.
So watching The Rock go through this has been cool. On Instagram, he's giving shout out to like motivational speeches. You could see he's actually like feeling it when normally he's the one that's giving the messaging to everybody. Watching him go through some shit here with the Black Adam cancellation has been a fun little turn here for The Rock following, I think personally, as somebody that follows along.
Well, and he knows it's just a matter of time before he's going to be playing some action hero who's got a prosthetic arm, who's jumping, from
Skyscraper,
fucking, yeah,
too.
Sick.
exactly.
That was
That's his
awesome.
bread and butter. He needs to go back to that because they did. He thought he was
Rampage,
going to
too.
make 4 or 5 of these movies. James Gunn wiped his butt with the script, flushed it down the pooper, said, "I never want to see your fucking ass again. Get out of here. Get out of my office."
he
And
said, "Bring me Don Bautista."
that's right.
Yeah.
And now The Rock's just going back to the drawing board, which is okay because I feel like he's very comfortable at the drawing board. Yeah.
Anyways, good on you, Rock.
He'll bounce back.
Love
He's
you,
human.
Dewey. In the words of
The incomparable Will Sasso. Much monos.
Much money.
Much monos.
Monos.
Will Sasso, I don't know how many people know who Will Sasso is. You need to know who it is.
Yeah.
Our generation knows who Will Sasso is, I think, because not only did he crush
Mad TV.
but also Vine.
Yep.
Oh, man.
He was dominant
The
on
guy.
Vine.
So
the Jordan of Vine.
He was dominant on Vine. Then Vine disappears forever.
Yep.
Where's Will Sasso? We found him. He's still Will Sasso.
He is.
He was doing rock impersonations on his IG story because there's a rock face. And it was one of the funniest things I've seen in a while. And I don't have any real relationship with him. Sent him laughy eyeball faces back that show up in his DM. He responds, "Much mana oos." And it was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Much mana oos.
Yeah, so
And
good.
You sent a video of all of us actually just yelling it at him.
Yeah, much mana oos we sent to him. He sent one back, boy.
The boy. Matty Mac and the boys.
Anyway, so we're big Will Sasso fans. We're also fans of this man that's joining us right now. His last name is Johnson. It also rhymes with The Rock's first name, but no relation, I do not believe. But if you looked at his body, you'd say, God damn, this dude is a specimen. Right tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe there is a current consecutive snap streak of like 17,000 snaps where he hasn't given up a sack. He's an absolute dog. Ladies and gentlemen, Lane Johnson.
Yay!
What's going on, guys?
Lane, thank you for joining us, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Just practiced a little bit in the Eagles PR room, chatting up with you guys, and then we got a little mini vacation, and then see who we play next week.
Okay, so let's talk about practice. Are you practicing full speed right now with that abdomen? Everybody's expecting you to come back next week. Is that real or no? What's going on?
See, what's funny is that it wasn't my gut. I tore my groin, so my adductor. So
oh shit.
So like before I got out of my MRI, it was like already tweeted out. I'm like, how the hell did they tweet this out and it's wrong? And but no, I felt good today. Like just movement stuff. Next week I'll do good on good. So I'll find out next week. But I'm confident I'll be able to play.
So it's your groin. It's not your abdomen. Groin much not. We would rather abdomen than groin, I think, right? Personally?
Groin rather than like a core like hernia surgery. That'd be worse than this.
Okay, so groin
Nick,
better. We're good with this. Groin's better.
Yeah, good. Bosa had this last year. Nick had this and then got it fixed. I think it's like a 2-month recovery. So after the surgery, so it won't be too bad.
Where are we at right now with you? 6'5"?
Yeah, we hadn't had the surgery yet, but I feel I'll get after the season.
So you're playing next week, or what do we think?
I'm playing. That's the
Let's go! Yeah. What a dog, dude.
Yeah.
What is it?
Wrap this thing up and see what happens.
What is it? Just pain tolerance, or is it stability, power? What is it?
Yeah. Well, since that thing's not working, then the other muscles take over. That are compensating for it. So I don't know. We'll see if I get bull rushed to the ground. That may be it. We'll see.
I don't think that'll happen. AJ, go ahead, bro.
What are your plans for this weekend? You're going to be watching all the games, and do you guys care who you play?
I'll have an eye on it. I'm probably going to be in Atlantic City. I don't know, trying to win a little bit of money.
Hell yeah!
I don't know, having a little vacation, but I don't know. I think we have a possibility to play Tampa, Dallas, and then the winner of was it the Seahawks,
Niners, Giants,
Seahawks, and
Vikings.
Giants, I believe.
Yeah. No, he's not paying attention to any of it. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. How's the building? You guys got to feel good. I mean, Jalen back, you're back. Seemingly all arrows pointing towards.
All is well.
Oh, it does, right? It does feel like that is the case. Is that how Sirianni's treating this? Obviously, you got a mini vacation. Boys, get away. We got a big voyage we got to go on the other side of this. You're not getting any checks because you have a bye week. Everybody else gets a check. It's wild. But how is Sirianni handling this situation? Because obviously this is his first time in this situation.
Yeah, well, I feel like, the previous 2 weeks, besides this one, we lost. So I'm not saying losses are good, but I feel like we can learn a lot from it. I'd rather it happen then than, in the playoffs. So, the first round bye is huge. People getting healthy, people that were banged up during the season. So that's big. And then really, they had a couple practices the past 2 days, just focusing on the ball security, all the fundamental stuff, and then get a little rest, and then back Monday. So I guess we're either playing Saturday or Sunday, so we'll find out soon enough.
You have a couple Bud Lights over there?
Bud Lights.
Well, hey, we came to the Bud Light family today, man. We are so honored to be a part of your team.
Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. And enjoy thoroughly.
It is, isn't it? Right? Drink responsibly, obviously. Drink responsibly. But it is delicious. You're from Oklahoma, right?
From Texas, but I went to Oklahoma.
But you live out in the but you're
out in the sticks out in Oklahoma.
Yeah, so I'm from like the East Hills of Pittsburgh. He's from Iowa. He's from Boston. You're from the fucking sticks out there in the Southwest. Everybody loves it's the best. Everybody loves it.
Oh, everybody. It doesn't discriminate. Everybody can join in and enjoy this thing.
Yeah, you're damn right. How long you been with Bud Light? What?
I guess since the Super Bowl, so 2017. Well, they asked me before the season, what would you do if you won the Super Bowl? I said, I don't know, give beer out to everybody, and then we won, and then people wanted their beer, and so we gave it to them.
Ty has a question for you, Lane.
Yeah, Lane, how different is the team this year as opposed to last year? You guys obviously get into the playoffs, and you have Brady in the first round, and it's still a young team. Jalen obviously is made leaps and bounds since last year, but how much different do things feel this year going into the playoffs than they did last year?
It was a lot better. Last year, I think we started like 2-5, and we ended up like 9-7, so barely squeaking into the playoffs. Where this year was a lot better. I mean, you could really tell during the offseason we made some acquisitions and got some talent, and really just had a good all around team, offense, defense, but. Yeah, I mean, right now it's really about focusing, enjoy this weekend, and then get back to work because, this is where it gets serious. So we're ready for it.
What's your head coach, Sirianni? We talked about him a lot on the show from the day he got the gig there. What's it been like from when he got there until now? Is he still the same dude? I would assume, like, every time we've either talked to him or we see him speaking to the media, like, the dude's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he just talks about that dog mentality, having a dog mentality all the time, No, what it feels like is like all of our coaches are young, so it feels like I got a bunch of like Lance Harbors and Moxons as our coaches, like Marshall Blues. That's what it feels like. No, one thing that's really great about it is I feel like the communication is really good. So if he gives like a shitty speech or something, we'll be like, that wasn't really that good. So he's pretty good about that. He dishing it out, and he'll ask, how was that one, and then we'll give him an honest response. So it's pretty cool.
That's an amazing relationship for players and coaches to have, and obviously you've had a lot of success. You think this works everywhere, or just with this particular group?
I mean, we were even doing it last year. Whenever things weren't going good, so it stayed pretty consistent. This year has definitely been fun. We won a lot, but really. Even last year when we weren't doing as well, you just doubled down on the coaching points, being accountable, being close to your teammates. And that's what he really preaches and practicing hard. What else are you going to do?
Has that flower grown through the manure and through the dirt and through the grass? Is that flower out yet, or is that just Super Bowl flower?
It turns out it wasn't a flower. It's one of those types of bamboo that like lays dormant for like 6 years and then finally sprouts like 6 feet overnight. That's what we were. So we were hidden in the dirt for a long time, Pat. We didn't see a whole lot of nothing for a while.
Well, that's that patience.
Finally we got something to see.
Well, that's the patience, because you got to water it every single day.
That's right.
You got to water it every single day. I'm sure Sirianni's told you guys. The bamboo tree is a perfect example of what a beautiful patience can bring you. You got to water it every day. You ain't seeing shit, and all of a sudden, boom, that thing's a skyscraper. You got bamboo all of a sudden. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just doing a little pass set. My pass set, we all know, top of the line.
Undefeated.
Top of the line. There's some groin in there, laying in there. There's some groin in there.
There's a lot of groin in there.
There really is. Yeah, I was as you guys were talking.
Kind of
there,
the most. You use your groin the most positions, the most in any position. I feel like.
I was looking at your stance. Your stance is real staggered, so you're probably like going to pass. If it was closer, then it's going to be a run.
No, I'm not tipping play. I'm not Trent Williams. I'm not Trent Williams. Hey, do you keep in touch with any of the offensive linemen around the league, or just your guys like Kelsey and everybody?
No, I stay in touch with Trent. A lot of the guys like the O-line masterminds, Teron, Armstead, some of those guys that are in the same class as me. That's really about it. But usually it's in the off season, because during the season you just have so much going on. But during the off season we link up.
Are you guys working on shit together, or talking, or just drinking Bud Light? Wide?
Just bullshitting, really. The O-line masterminds is pretty cool, because you get a bunch of former players and then current players. Like we had Olin Kreutz last year, who's a character. A lot of characters go there, so I just kind of sit back and just observe what has come to the show.
Connor, your question for Lane Johnson.
Yeah, Lane, a month or two ago, the Eagles O-line kind of went big when they started that Christmas album. Have you guys always been big singers, or who was kind of at the forefront of starting that?
Malata's always been a big singer. He went on the Masked Singer, I think, was it this year or last year? This year. So he's always been able to sing. Kelsey and I have always been like, we sit in our locker and bullshit and sing. So, we have our limits, but, I thought it was going to be a big joke until we got into the recording studio. I was like, dude, what the hell am I doing here? And then I know, seriously, we got drunk and then started singing. That's the only way I could, because we got in the mic and it was just like, it's so weird hearing yourself sing for the first time. Like it's one thing to sing in the shower and think you're doing it good, and then you're actually singing in the mic and you have somebody judging you. So it was, I was more nervous before that than the damn football game.
Hey, way to face your fear.
Yeah.
It came out great. That's a tough situation.
It was cool. Yeah, it was cool. I never thought I'd be a part of that, but it was cool how it turned out.
Yeah, and it was cool to do. I think it raised money for a great cause as well. But like you having to sit there and listen as they run it back, and then they're going to play it again, and and then they're going to run it back and go, all right, we're going to do that again. It's like, yeah, I thought so. Yeah. That's what I sound like, by the way. Golly, that is, let me have a couple more.
I was like, I don't think they put any like auto-tune or anything. I was like, is there anything y'all can add to this? Like, this is the big studio. I know y'all do a bunch of this stuff for artists. You do it for us too, damn it, but they didn't.
I have an app that I could just sing into. It makes you sound like T-Pain. You guys don't have that?
T-Pain. The T-Pain app?
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, you know. That used to be a great time, obviously, as is winning games. I couldn't even fathom how much fun your team has. A.J. Brown, he seems like to be a hilarious human. There's a conversation that is mic'd up about the wide receivers talking shit to each other because somebody got caught. Obviously, Kelsey and the New Heights podcast is fucking awesome with him and Travis Kelsey. Every time you come on here, you're electrifying. Sirianni is hysterical. You got CJ GJ on the defensive side of the ball, like one of the best shit talkers in history.
He talks so much shit.
So great, too. He talks great shit, too. Like, he gets people. It's not just like some shit talk. It's like ruining shit talk. You got Slay there. That team seems awesome. It's like a Pro Bowl, but it's fucking awesome. Is it the greatest locker room you've ever been a part of, you think, or is that too early to judge?
Just a Pro Bowl roster of shit talkers, talent, different backgrounds. They're funny, and everybody brings their own sort of energy. Like Slay's like fucking Mike Epps. I call Gardner Johnson Lil Boosie when he gets on his shit talking roast. We have a bunch of different characters. O-line's more quiet during the games mostly. We don't talk as much trash. AJ, you know that. So, yeah, O-line's pretty quiet. Most time, DBs, receivers, different ball game out there.
How about in the locker room, though, day to day? You guys are having a blast over there, I assume? Everybody good times?
Yeah, I mean, most time the O-line guys are hurting. Like, Isaac's hurting, I'm hurting. And sometimes I'll like, talk to Isaac, and he don't say shit to me back. And I'll be, hey, man, screw you. Humbug to you.
Yeah.
So I do that a lot to him. He don't say a whole lot anyway.
I love that, asking an offensive lineman. So you guys having a good time? Good time, bro. I can't fucking walk. Get out of here. Yeah, dude.
Good time trying to get my face ran through. Having a great time.
Tone has a question for you, Lane. Probably the last one here.
Lane, you guys referenced 2017, and we watched before the NFC Championship and the how awesome that was in the pregame meetings and stuff like that. What's the differences and the comparisons to that 2017 locker room?
I feel like we're similar. Just I feel like the blend of veteran players with the younger crowd, of the younger generation coming up. So I feel that. I feel like we're very talented, but every year is different. You know, my thing is I try not to compare too much from this year to that year. But as far as like roster and the talent, I feel like pretty similar. And, you know, what I remember about that year going into the playoffs is like we didn't have a whole lot to lose because we weren't expected to do much because Foles is out or Carson was out and Foles is in. So I thought like the pressure was off, but we played loose. That's one thing I remember is like we played loose, and I feel like that's what we got to do here to be the best we can. Don't try to play to people's expectations or the crowd noise. Just try to be who we've been all year.
Hell yeah.
Lane, last thing for me. What's it like especially I guess you probably have to go back to camp to remember, but going against your front seven, going against this defense, like what was that like, especially early in camp? I would imagine Sirianni has you guys banging when you're allowed to. How much better do you think that makes you guys?
It makes you, I mean, as far as getting ready for the season, it makes you, I think, as prepared as you want to be. In the moment, you want to retire and go home and go fishing. No, during that, I mean, I could tell that we had a really good group. You know how it is. First couple weeks of camp, you see what kind of team you're going to have. So I could tell early on that we were going to be talented, and not only talented, but have like a lot of depth. Usually teams will, the first team will have all their aces, and the rotational guys is a drop off. But with us, I feel like it hasn't been really all year.
Last question here. Do you guys take pride in being the ones that basically have reinvigorated the quarterback sneak and made it not only just a 1-yard play or half-yard play, maybe a 15-yard play if you need to? What's the discussion around that? I know you're on the outside. That's not really always your thing, but the O-line, massive piece of this whole thing. What are your thoughts on it?
I love it. We converted, I think, probably like 98%. The only downside is I think I started the season around 6'6". I'm thinking about 6'2" now.
Yeah.
I saw my head bob down.
I saw Kelsey's ass. Okay, it was what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Bears?
I think it was a touchdown or whatever, and they showed the guy running on the field with the camera or whatever. Everybody's celebrating and happy. Kelsey literally just walking off the field he gave a high five to somebody while they were going. He just got his it's like he's so good at it, and the reason why I think it works so well is because of the ability to get low with how athletic you all are. But the beating that's going to the top of your head and the back of your butt, I mean, I'm happy to hear you lost some inches. It's fantastic what you guys have been able to do, and not a lot of people have been able to do it. Is it just a mentality, Lane? What is it?
Yeah, man, what's funny is that sometimes when we run that play, we usually don't have a nose, but if we have a nose, they run a diamond front, Kels will go up to the line mid-game, go, fuck my life, and then he'll and point the backers. So he's done that a bunch of times during the year. So, yeah, man, he's a character. But, yeah, he does do that in games, so pretty
Okay, so it was an accurate read of what was going on. That makes sense. We appreciate you, buddy. All-Pro, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champ, maybe another one. Good luck with the Grundle. Good luck with the weekend. Good luck with the playoffs, pal.
All right, guys, drink responsibly. Y'all have a good one.
Hell yeah.
Wide?
Wide.
Cheers to you. Lane Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. All right, fuck my life.
That's amazing.
That's the call.
Nice right there. Here we go. That wobble he had out.
Oh, my God.
It was out of a movie. Feet facing outside, back naturally. Everybody's celebrating around him. Takes his strap off. Tries to. I would like to be a good teammate here, but I am not.
Fuck it.
Because they just run it. They run it. It's a scrum. It's a scrum. He's at the bottom of it all the time. And it's got to the point where it's like, this is what they do. Yeah. So now they have to do it, right? Now they
part of the
now
identity.
it's their thing. And it's like Kelsey's just in there fucking lower than everybody. But because he's lower than everybody, there's so many bang,
Yeah.
Bottom of the pile.
that are just happening to him. Got a lot of respect for that Eagles team, AJ. A lot of respect for them.
I mean, how could you not? Offense line, defensive line, when you think about it, like just absolute monsters. And then the rest of the team, the back end too, they're all monsters as well. Like that's pretty accurate. Like it feels like it's a Pro Bowl roster.
Yeah.
It really does.
And they all have a good time except for the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Hey, is it a fun time in the locker room? His look, his face.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, great time, dude. We're having a blast.
Yeah.
Maybe fucking Friday when we're finally all right, we can walk a little bit. Those offensive linemen, I don't know.
Tough life.
The mentality to be an O lineman is one that is just, you got to be completely selfless. You got to be tough as fuck. You got to be smart, incredibly athletic. And you're going to have to be able to just get dunked on all the time pretty much. Because if you fuck up, get this fatso off the field.
Yeah, you have to be perfect.
You got to be perfect. Yeah, literally all the
You
time.
got to be really smart. That's what people don't realize is how smart offensive linemen have to be. Like, let's be real. Like, nobody understands protections in the NFL. Like, when you talk protection, it's something I think we all could learn a lot more about. But O-linemen, if you're in there, like, you have to know everything. Like, there's so much communication going on. They all have to work as one, like, singular unit. They have to be very smart.
And passing off and reading things before it even happens.
Yeah.
I mean, in the trenches with AQ, I think we've tried to point it out as much as we possibly can. There's even times where AQ is like, I think they're trying to do this to this, and we watch it, and it's like, that's all happening within a half a second, and you have to be explosive. So, like, not only do you have to sort, but then you also have to be able to stop.
Yeah.
So, not let alone sort, get confused, bang, ear hole, dead. It's like, in the greatest... You got 6'6", 4'7" guys on the other side. Those humans exist now, which
also having to have like continuity and chemistry with backup guys because guys are going to get hurt. So like all of a sudden a guy who you haven't been playing next to all year, and it's like, hey, you doesn't matter. Like you got to be on the same page as this guy, otherwise we're fucked.
How about a lot of groin there, Lane?
Yeah, ton.
As I was doing it, I was literally feeling
groin.
I was feeling strain on both of my, not just one. It was like. Groin was controlling everything and like activating it, and I think I just opened a door. Don't put your foot in a bucket. Can't do that. Got to stay square, obviously, so I can fucking explode. But yeah, it's a lot of groin. He said, I'm gonna go. That's a lot of groin. Well, if I get bull rushed to the dirt, probably won't go anymore.
Then I'll know.
No, they're gonna try him. I mean, obviously they're going to try him. He knows they're going to try him. He's Lane Johnson, though. Guy's a fucking dog. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back on the other side. We'll make our picks for Super Wildcard Weekend. Get out of here, watch a good Hammer Down episode, and enjoy a lovely weekend here in January of 2023. Super Wildcard Weekend, AJ, we're already here.
Woo! It's awesome. You haven't mentioned it's Friday the 13th? You haven't made a big deal about that?
No, I think I said it's Friday the 13th at one point.
At the top of the
Are
hour.
people freaking out? Are people saying, "Oh, it's Friday the 13th"? Like if someone drops their luggage or something.
You tell me. What do you think it means? It's Friday the 13th, AJ.
We didn't have any luggage.
Drops their luggage.
No, we're adults. Nobody cares, AJ.
I'm saying people blame everything on that. Well, it is Friday the 13th. Just like when you said May the 4th be with you, when it was May 4th.
Well, yeah, I was at that point I was trying to pay my respect to the Star Trek community. And
Mark Hamill.
I tried my absolute best to do that. Star Wars community. I
Right.
apologize.
Gonna say, I don't need McGee coming after you.
I do apologize to McGee and to the Star Trek people for confusing whatever the case. I want to show my love to the people that I don't know much about. Friday 13th, I don't think it's a thing. Early, mentioned it early. Hey, Friday the 13th of January, because I think it is a cool saying, but is more terrible shit happening on this day than any other day?
No. It's only in October when you need to worry about Friday the 13th. Then
Because cats.
and scary season.
Right.
And it's spooky.
And ghouls and goblins.
That's right.
Boom.
It also
Got
negates it
knives.
when you say it is Feel Good Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
It's like one of these deals.
Exactly. Gotcha.
I did stop at stop signs today instead of yielding because it was Friday the 13th.
Well, you
Tony,
should
1, 2, 3.
You should always stop. At
Tony,
stop
in
signs.
Indiana, you should stop at every stop sign out here.
Yeah.
They are waiting to pull over some cowboy headed fuck.
Right.
People don't want to hit you though, so
Yeah, to Tony's point, man, when we got back on Monday morning, there wasn't one red light where I was like, I'm just going to wait here for the green. Nope. See ya. That's a stop sign.
We would like to make sure
Ask Bruce.
that we as a show do not promote running red lights.
Don't do that.
but when it's 4:30,
But
There are some red lights, if you live in a country area like Indiana does have, where you are sitting out there. And I didn't have this in Pittsburgh, where I grew up. Indiana's probably the first place I ever experienced it. I guess West Virginia probably exists, but I didn't drive far enough outside of Morgantown to really experience it. Out here, there'll be red lights, and there ain't a fucking soul anywhere.
exactly.
And you're just sitting there waiting on
Do they
this-
have sensors? Usually there's a sensor and it'll go.
Yeah, but people have these sensors. I mean, I don't even want to get into it. Downtown Indianapolis needs to re-censor.
Oh,
their
yeah.
We're not there anymore, so it's not my problems.
They got a lot of things.
But getting out of there, like, you would think they'd be able to control the flow of traffic. Like, oh, everybody at this time is trying to get to this place. But instead, you got red lights that don't turn and walkways and everything like that.
Bull.
So you're right. The sensors are supposed to work. Tesla autopilot cars are supposed to drive themselves.
That's right.
There's always
Bingo.
a supposed to
supposed to.
happen. So I understand why you said, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I've been there a few times.
Had to do it.
Shouldn't do it.
No, I don't recommend doing it, but, you know.
I had to piss one time.
Yeah, see you later.
yeah.
No shot.
Getting all greens no matter what.
Because even then, when she got pulled over, you just pee your pants and then you just officer look.
Oh, you put it in a bottle. Remember? And then they say, are you drinking it?
That's some of Grandpa's cough syrup.
You want to have some? And you give it.
Yep.
And you just shouldn't drink that. You shouldn't.
Don't do it.
Shouldn't, and then they let you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone about this, please.
That's a good movie.
Pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
Great movie.
Let's get to a break. We got to pick the games on the other side, AJ. You
Come
excited
on.
for that?
Oh, cannot wait. I'm just pumped. There's 3 days of football too.
Hell yeah. Saturday, Sunday,
What?
Monday.
What?
What?
One at a time?
And then the following week, Saturday, Sunday.
What?
And then the following week,
Oh, no.
Nothing.
Just
Sunday.
Just Sunday. Oh, no.
Then the following week, Pro Bowl games. Woo! Then the following week, the big one,
That's right.
the Met.
the Lambeau,
Mm-hmm.
the Super Bowl.
But you have so many Bud Lights.
How about us? We're going out to Radio Row.
Responsibly.
We're going out to Radio Row.
Yep.
I believe Bud Light is going to be a part of the house that we're staying in.
Now we're talking about.
I think there will be probably a kegerator or two in there.
What?
Let's make sure we remember we're out there for work.
That's right.
Yeah,
Amen.
Yeah.
Responsibly. What's that, AJ?
I'm just co-signing.
Yeah, but if
he's
you-
going to break it.
If you
We'll
can't
try to
have
get you a diesel one too, pal.
Yeah.
This guy loves diesel.
if you can't have a few Bud Whites and then wake up and go to work, are you even an adult?
Bingo.
AJ only drinks IPAs, I thought.
No, he drinks Budweiser heavy.
You know better than that, Con Man.
I did not expect that because of how like healthy he is and how calculated he is.
Michelob's only, bro.
That's what I thought. He goes, hey, you want a beer? What a gentleman. Thank you
good
so
guy.
much. Comes back, fucking big tall boy, diesel.
Hell yeah.
I just I started laughing. I think I was like, of course you drink Budweiser heavy.
Budweiser bottles are the best thing you can drink and carry around.
I
It feels
love
right.
Bud bottles. I will be honest.
That is the most. That's Ohio. That's like very Ohio.
Hell
I think
yeah.
every person I drank with at Ohio, if Bud Heavy was available, they would go with Bud Heavy, just strictly so they can say, "Yeah, I drink."
Yeah,
Budweiser.
I'm drinking it.
Hey, yo, barkeep.
Yeah, I drink a Budweiser.
That into the South.
Bud Light, though, we know.
We know.
101.
tasty beverage.
This is the nectar of the gods here.
I'd say.
Ice cold.
This one is not ice cold. This one's been sitting up here.
Lukewarm. Yeah. Still good though.
Finishing the first one here on this day in which we announced that we are officially a Bud Light show.
Unreal.
How cool is that, AJ?
You ever see people put salt in their beer, in draft beer?
I have seen that.
To bring it
What's
alive,
the
right?
reason?
They do it to bring it alive.
Yep.
Oh,
Adds a
no,
little flavor.
I was curious.
You can also put it underneath so it doesn't stick to the napkin.
Boom.
Well, yeah, that's yeah.
Classic. But the salt in there, I think what Tone is talking about is the
old bar trick.
Yeah.
Pour those salt down on whatever piece of shit napkin they gave you to put your drink down on.
Yep. Bingo.
Whatever single ply napkin they gave you to put your drink on. You just go ahead and
Also throw it over your shoulder. Good luck.
Like
That's right. If you
continental
spill it,
soldier.
make sure if you spill salt, you knock it over. You put some in your hand. You throw it over your shoulder. That is serious.
But you're not
Throw the whole
spilling it.
bottle.
You're not spilling it on the napkin. You are putting it on there.
in your hand
Purposely.
Yes.
And
This is.
and I don't think you're supposed to throw the whole bottle. But what you were asking is, I think there's a science experiment that happens in there with salt and whatever else is in there, and it makes it come alive a little.
The yeast.
I believe.
Nice.
Maybe the yeast.
The one time I was with
flavor out
AJ,
there.
he likes to put Clamato juice in his fucking Bud Light.
Why would you put salt in your beer? Reduced bitterness for super bitter beer like a double IPA.
That's AJ's.
Salt will cut that bitterness down, making the beer taste a bit sweeter. So if you're trying your hand at IPA, Gauche or Lambic, sprinkle a little salt in there, and you might find yourself acquiring the beer taste more quickly.
Just don't.
Oh, that sounds wrong.
Ghost.
Or just don't drink
That
a
is
double
why you do
IPA.
it. I mean, I'm not drinking fucking double IPAs, but I will put some salt in a
No.
Budweiser, a Bud
Bud,
Light,
Bud.
White, or
To
whatever.
make it dance a little bit.
Make it dance, and I love salt. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
It's delicious.
People put salt on watermelon. You know that?
I have seen that. I'm curious about that as well.
Watermelon?
I would think
Kidding me?
sugar-
Tomatoes.
sugar on
Damn
watermelon
sweet, yeah.
is
Ooh,
good.
my friend.
Watermelon, tomatoes. I've seen somebody have full meal, tomatoes, salt, eat it.
Oh yeah.
That's disgusting.
I've seen chocolate milk.
Gross.
That was like
I
weird.
haven't seen
I've seen chocolate
who the
mocha. Actually
fuck's
good.
doing that?
Well, you gotta
Actually
remember,
good.
chocolate, salt is not a bad.
It's not, but I do not need to be salting an ice cold glass
Chocolate
of
and sea
chocolate.
salt
No,
is one
I'm
of the
serious.
best delicacies
It's
we have.
actually good.
yeah, legit. I also remember chocolate milk, great for recovery, right, AJ?
Amen.
Nom, nom, nom.
Oh yeah. After a nice pump, you drink a big old like 20-ounce chocolate milk. That's what they used to tell you.
Hey, when am I going to start getting yoked? Do you think? When's that going to happen? You think
You
next
already, what do
week?
you mean? You look jocked
more
already.
Bud Lights.
You look jocked.
No, I want to get like yoked up.
Yoked is probably after Super Bowl.
Hey, Foxy, can you turn that thing over to Stone Cold Steve Austin and Rock on the wall over here?
What?
I don't know which one you would have to
guys are
turn.
good. Let's
Maybe
see.
maybe Jabba.
Maybe or the one on here.
Maybe Jabba.
Jabba, 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 Jabba.
AJ, how much time does that take me if I take all the steroids in the world? All of it.
Man.
Not saying these guys are on it, but if I was to take every enhancer, how long until I'm like that, you think? Both of them.
You could probably do it about 6 weeks.
Hell yeah.
That's
quick
real quick.
turn.
I mean,
I didn't expect
that's the Rock. That's the Rock towards the end of his WWE run, right?
A
Yeah,
little more lean.
I mean, he looks lean. He looks good.
I believe
Stone
that.
Cold, Stone Cold looked like that for the last 35 years, I feel like.
Yeah, that's what Stone Cold just looked like all the time. As soon as he became Stone Cold, he was somehow drinking 14 beers a night and just yoked up. Have you seen him right now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen Stone Cold right now on the internet?
Yeah, I see his forearms and vascularity. Yeah, that guy is.
Bro, he's fucking shredded up right now.
Yeah.
He might be
Bigger than that.
he might be
Better shape, yeah.
How old is he now?
Is Vinny still in the area? Get Vinny in here.
35.
We'll fucking.
I don't want
Nice.
the Vinatieri.
Younger than me.
I don't want the whatever Vinatieri did. He looks amazing. I'm not going that route.
Can't do it.
He's spending
He's like
3-4 hours.
power lifter. He's straight power lifter with the spaghetti strap tank top and everything.
Dude, he's got to be in the gym 3-4 hours. You know what I mean? He's got the
doing
full.
like. Don't you feel like he's doing shrugs for like 7 hours a day? How his shoulders and traps look now?
Yeah, we're doing 30 sets. One of those people told me one time, "Hey, how do I look like you?" We're doing 30 sets. I'm like, "All right, reps, 30 reps.
What?
One. How many? Am I trying to just get 30? No, we're doing 8 30 times.
Jesus.
Okay, that's just for our triceps. Yeah. Then we got to go obviously biceps. Then we got to go lats. We got to trap a little bit. Yeah, so we're here for the next 3-4 hours. And then they got that gallon of water, obviously, that they're drinking with the color in it. You think Vinatieri's carrying that? Has to be.
Has to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a rule.
It's a big CrossFit thing now, but it's a big like
Rabbit.
old school bodybuilder deal as well.
He's a TB12 guy, right?
So I don't have 3-4 hours I can do in there.
What about the Bobby Lashley method? What was that one?
Half hour.
So Bobby, though, got to the point where he is at. Look at this fucking guy. Stone Cold. How old is he? Can we look up how old he is?
Jeez.
What?
Wide.
What?
Wide.
Wide.
58.
Wide. This guy's almost 60.
Wide. Jeez.
Come on.
Wide. 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 Come on, Stone Cold. Wide. 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 Starting to throw him a little bit.
Wide.
Let's go, Stone. All right.
Jesus.
Good set.
Nice creative mirror shot, too.
Yeah.
Boom, pow, put it on the wide, cut it down.
Yep.
Stone Cold knows.
He knows.
Guy's a worker.
He does.
So you're saying about 6
That was
weeks?
sweet.
That's it.
You should get a spray tan booth in the Thunderdome.
Okay.
What about a cool plunge?
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm with
An
it.
infrared sauna.
Or sauna.
Big deal now.
That could have been in the
Both.
Hawk House, but it was left off the.
Oh, thanks, AJ.
Thanks a lot, prick.
No, that goes in the locker room. That doesn't go in the weight room.
Okay.
We don't have enough space in the
Where?
locker room. It would have to go outside. We might have to build like a little lean-to outside the
Nice.
Hawk House. Put a little.
We
hot-
can get an out. You need to get an outdoor barrel sauna. Those are sweet, like Laird Hamilton has in Hawaii.
His name is Laird Hamilton. What's he doing? He's sitting in a barrel. What's going on?
No, he's crazy. He's big wave surfer guy. He rides one of those like the wind bike deals with oven mitts on because he has it like 220 degrees and it's too hot to touch any metal in there. He's crazy.
Okay.
Feels unnecessary.
Yeah.
What a lunatic.
Is this guy Liver King or what? Is this Liver King?
No,
Boy,
no,
Liver
Laird Hamilton,
King.
He's been a legend forever.
Thank you, Laird Hamilton.
Thank you,
Laird.
Laird.
Thank you, Laird.
Liver King is lost.
What?
Ate a lot of mass. No.
What?
He has.
Oh, yeah.
Bill just
He
showed
has?
me this yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
He
he-
looks
Wait,
a
he's not-
lot
why'd he
smaller.
stop juicing?
He does
Why'd he
not
stop?
look the same.
Where's the photo at? Is it on his IG?
Yeah, I believe it's
Yeah.
on his IG.
But why? He admitted to it, so why would he stop?
So now he's stopping just to show you what it's like just to eat bull nuts all day.
I thought.
Okay.
It's not on his IG.
I never really jumped on the Liver
on
King
Bill's-
like huge
Bill's
bandwagon
IG?
like a lot of people.
I found. Oh, he is a little smaller, huh?
Oh, yeah.
He just
Let me
looks
see.
more like The Rock. He just looks more like The Rock did at the end
It's
of his.
been like 4 weeks. Yeah, he does look small. He looks super lean, obviously.
There's Liver King. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Looks
he does
awesome
not-
still.
96 hours without food. He's fasting. Liver King's still mentally tougher than you are.
Oh, no doubt about it.
10 days natty, he said.
Jeez.
10 days clean, no steroids.
Look at his obliques.
He looks-
10 days clean.
He looks so good, bro.
No residual.
All I've
effect.
learned from this is you should do natty or do steroids and then stop.
Yeah, because he looks. This is probably the body I would like to have right here. Just shredded up.
Yeah, for
He's just
sure.
eating a bowl of ice.
Is that
do we
Himalayan
know-
sea salt chunks that are sitting on top of?
Yes.
So he's just
Pink,
become an
actually.
ice eater?
What
Yeah.
did he
You ice eater.
What is that?
I mean, 2 little small ice
Two
cubes
cubes
here.
of ice.
Sea salt.
This
sea
is
salt.
fast.
Oh, delicious.
I think salt and ice I could do.
Salt water?
Sugar water.
Did we ever get a statement from Liver Queen on the Liver King?
Is he married?
Yeah, and the Liver Boys.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Liver
Liver
Boys.
Boys.
All right,
Is
anyways,
she jacked like him?
I think she was living the ancestral
Yep.
lifestyle.
Yeah, she
was.
was.
I don't know if that
It's hard not
involved
to.
the steroids. And I think what Liver King always said was, if our ancestors knew that this horse stuff was available, they would have taken it too.
Absolutely.
Bingo.
That's probably what he was saying, you know, like, not able to live in mansions, but if they did or could, they would.
They would have.
I think
He
that's what
also
Liver's
said-
saying, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
There's no
You should be fine.
technology or fact that tells us they weren't on the steroids as well.
Did he actually say that?
I don't know. He should, though.
Oh, you're just making it up.
Yeah.
I love when you do stuff like that.
Well, I assume that probably crossed his mind.
Let's get to a break. Connor, you want to shoot some more for...
Yeah, I'll chuck it again. I'll go this way this time.
ball back, free ball,
Yeah.
bonus ball.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Yeah.
bonus ball. That's
Bonus
not
ball.
on me.
AJ, he makes one of these. What are you going to do? What should we do?
What are we giving away already?
We gave away a Bud Light neon sign,
What?
5 merches,
What?
15 $500 winners. 21 winners already in first hour because of what Connor was able to do. What do you think we
I
should do
think
now?
I think we should give away another neon sign. I'd like to throw my hat in the ring for one of those.
All right. We need to get you one.
Yeah.
Stat. We will be able to do that. Bronovich, could you please put that on the list of things to send to old Aaron James Hawk?
Maybe some more of those coolers that they sent too.
10 Diggs would like a cooler. Anybody else have any requests?
I'll take that Bud Light vest that Lane was rocking.
That was sweet.
That was sweet.
That was sweet.
He's a big vest guy.
How about his hat? Did you see just
Oh
the
yeah,
sear?
yep.
too.
Just yeah, that was.
We appreciate Bud Light, and because of Bud Light, we'll be offering up that hat off of Connor's head.
Hell yeah.
Connor will autograph it, as will everybody else
Hell yeah.
in the studio. That hat's available. And 10 winners of $500. How about it, AJ? Celebrate Bud Light.
Let's do it.
If Connor can make one of these shots, we'll give 10 people $500 and the hat off his head.
Bonus ball. Bonus ball.
I don't like what's going on here. This seems to be taking advantage of the situation. Oh! Because you don't need a bonus ball, baby.
Yes!
You don't need 10 shots.
Yes!
You only needed 2? You didn't need a bonus ball.
Hell yeah.
All you needed was just one flick of the wrist. Now, autographed Bud Light hat, 10 winners of $500.
Hell yeah.
To 11 people that retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in there so we can pay you efficiently on Cash App. AJ, what a day. Feel Good Friday. 13th. Friday the 13th.
Whoa. Yeah, what a day. I can't wait till after the break, too. We get to pick these games.
Hell yeah, and then we'll get out of here. Be a friend, tell a friend, take 5. Let me tell a tale about this little blue can. Inside there's a nectar love from here to Japan. It's a vibe, it's a time, ice cold over lime, so sublime. This shit is divine. It's the beer of choice when you wanna rejoice. Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Well, us and Bud Light have made it a fish. We bring the stoogery, they bring delish. Feels like a genie just granted us a wish. Cause for all of us, it was love at first sip. Now be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Cause if you're living life right and you're drinking Bud Light and you wake up in the morning and you fight the good fight, then you're doing A-okay, doing A-okay. Matter of fact, you're doing great no matter what they say. Now, be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is wide, $5 off tonight. $5 off tonight.
Wide.
How'd you choose college coaching?
I was coaching on the backside of the desert for a long time. I started off with youth football. We had one of the biggest programs in the country with ages 5 all the way through 14 and several teams of each age group. Name was Truth. Trust in God, respect myself and others, understand I have unlimited possibilities, try my best, never give up, and honor the truth in His creed at all times.
Oh, that's a good one.
And we took the whole state of Texas and we went and played all around the country. That's what I was doing for a decade. Then I got into high school football. Then after high school, I'm just sitting there, all the kids about to go, Shiloh. Bucky had graduated from SMU. Shiloh was at South Carolina, and Shador was getting ready to go play for Coach Taggart. I started getting the call. Phone started ringing. Let me really consider that. So I interviewed on a couple of interviews and knocked them out of the park, but it wasn't the time. And I accepted the Jackson State challenge, a tremendous challenge, because I'd never been to Jackson. I'm like, HBCU, I don't really know a lot about it. Let me do my homework. And I accepted the challenge. Then Shador said, you know what, Daddy, I'm riding with you. And Shiloh like, Daddy, I'm riding with you. So now I got both my sons there and the other son doing all those social media. And it just became a wonderful thing. And being able to grab those guys, when the Bible says you ride in that staff, they comfort me. Without the guys around you, you're not going to be comforted. So I learned to put some pretty good guys around me, just like when I returned punt. If I didn't have 10 dogs in front of me blocking their butts off, I wasn't going to be prime. So I've learned to always keep some dogs around me to make sure I could go do what I'm blessed to do. And that's the formula of coaching, man. Just having some good coaches around you and we're not friends of the kids. Everybody talking about these kids are different. The kids ain't no different. Their coaches have changed. Kids ain't no different. They the same old kids. Coaches have changed. Quit pacifying these kids, and they want discipline, man. They want structure. They want to be told what to do and where to go and how to do it.
Colorado was the biggest job, biggest offer? Why?
No. Colorado was the best job and the perfect job for me because of Rick George, because of the AD, because of his spirit and what he spoke to me. He touched me, man. I was offered more money, of course, but money don't move me. Connectivity and the spirit and being in the right place and doing the right thing, that's what moves me and motivates me. If money was it, shoot, I'd have lost this a long time. You don't come to work because of the money. You come to work because you love doing what you're doing and the money seems to follow you. That's been my formula. I've sat in all 3 seats. I've been the kid on the couch. I've been the parent right next to the kid on the couch. Now I'm on the other side and the coach that you're talking to. So it's not nothing that I don't understand about this process. You want it prime, that's what you're going to get. I don't know how to dress it up and flip it no other way. I got to be me. I got to be me unapologetic. unapologetically, I'm going to be me.
Hey, we have issues with that with some companies because of that. I assume you've run into that case as well. Yeah.
I'm right back out of the door. They should have Googled me, did your homework, and asked a few questions because I'm going to be me.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man with the dog mentality, Paisano, Coach Sirianni. You're fucking awesome, dude. Did you ever feel any pressure that you were going to have to change and adapt to being a head coach and speaking in the same bullshit ways that every other head coach talks in?
Some of the best advice I got was be yourself, because if you're not yourself, everyone's going to see through it.
The messaging is the same. You're just doing it in your own way. And I think that's the most important part. And being authentic, you're 100% right. As you were saying, if I wasn't me, everybody would tell the fucking locker room immediately going to be like, well, this guy, he's a stooge. There's another coach that wants to talk to you. Coach Sirianni, your question for Coach Sirianni.
I feel like I know you just as good as I know myself.
What is it about Jalen, you think, from your point of view, last year to this year, that is like cementing him as a guy that people are talking about? This motherfucker might win the MVP.
Well, I know which one thing you want me to say. He's a dog.
Yeah! Yeah!
He's a dog!
Yeah! Fucking dog!
Do you maybe want to play best 2 out of 3, rock, paper, scissors, coach first coach?
You're there forever, huh? Like, you have to have that mindset as the head coach. Like, do you feel like you're the perfect head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles? Because it feels like the team is the perfect representative of the city of Philadelphia. And I might be wrong. I'm from Pittsburgh, so the Johns are going to judge me for that.
I love the passion of the city and how much they care about football, because I care about football. I love football. I don't have a lot of hobbies. My biggest hobby is football.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, what you got?
Scissors. Yeah, the same person.
Okay.
We both threw scissors.
Dog mentality really is to be in the moment that you're in now and not worry about what happened in the past, not worry about what's going to happen in the future. It's all about our process and about being here today to make sure we're about to go 1-0 this week. That's it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, one rock. I definitely got Jason Kelsey the kegs of beer. I was just trying to sweeten the deal of him coming back. As long as I'm the football coach here, I want him here, so I'm ready to give as many kegs of beer to him next year and the year after that and the year after that, because that guy is a dog.
Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot.
Same man.
We are getting our ass kicked in this preseason game. Belichick is taking it to us. It's halftime, and we are getting booed like you've never been. I was like,
paper,
rock, paper,
scissors,
shoot.
Oh, I think you might have rock there, but hey.
You got no idea what I'm going to do, because you're like, there's no way he's throwing scissors again. Come on, baby. I got a damn flower thrown at me. Right? A flower chucked down. We lost to the Chargers. Boom, flower chucked down.
Hey, how's your little manure settling in? That's literally what that John said as they were throwing that John at you. They were like, how's the manure and how's the flowers coming, coach?
Hey, this is game 7 here. Rock, paper,
scissors, shoot.
Oh. Scissors again. He threw scissors again, so did I. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh! You guys are the same. Come on, hey, this is for 15 or 10.
Paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh! Dog mentality.
I got dog mentality, coach. What can I tell you?
Let me tell a tale about this little blue can. Inside there's a nectar love from here to Japan. It's a vibe, it's a time, ice cold over lime, so sublime. This shit is divine. It's the beer of choice when you wanna rejoice. Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Well, us and Bud Light have made it a fish. We bring the stoogery, they bring delish. Feels like a genie just granted us a wish. Cause for all of us, it was love at first sip. Now be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight.
Cause if you're living life right and you're drinking Bud Light and you wake up in the morning and you fight the good fight, then you're doing A-okay, doing A-okay. Matter of fact, you're doing great no matter what they say. Now, be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is wide, $5 off tonight. $5 off tonight.
Wide. Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show on Feel Good Friday, January 13th.
Hell yeah.
The massive announcement is finally here. You just saw it. Easy to drink. Wide. Easy to enjoy. Wide.
Yeah.
Bud Light is now the official, exclusive beer sponsor of this here office. Boom. We're going to be doing a lot of awesome stuff with them all year long. So go grab your ice-cold Bud Light Wide and crack one open. Order on Drizzly. That's DRIZLY, and use promo code WHADD, WHADD, for $5 off your first order from Bud Light. Woo! Hard to wait. Wide. 6 years for a beer sponsorship. Easy to drink. Bud Light.
It's actually 5 years, but 6 years sells it a little bit better, I guess. We've been waiting a long time, been enjoying Bud Light for a long time. Big thanks to Bud Light. And shout out to Drizzly. You know, Drizzly.
Weapons.
Yeah, being a booze delivery, $5 off your first order, I've heard, of Bud Light with the code. AJ, did you get it? Do you know what the code is at Drizzly for $5 off your first order of Bud Light?
It's WHADD, I believe.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
He said it.
I think it's available in Ohio. I think Drizzly's like 46 states or something like that.
Nice. Do you have to upload your ID on there?
Yes.
And also when it's delivered, you have to
Gotta be there.
Yeah, well, you got to ID check. I think the.
I mean, that makes sense. It's probably
kids
smart.
can't be, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good deal. Yeah,
Axel.
As soon as I heard about this Drizzly thing, I thought about me in high school, just being like, all right, so whose parents aren't home? We're getting a delivery there, of course. Who's got the ID? So they scan it. It is a full sign-up process, I believe. Like, you have to get legitimized.
There should be. That's good.
Yeah, I don't think you could just sign up and then get a beer like 10 minutes later. There's like a full.
Yeah, fake IDs will not work.
Yeah, but when you get in there, once you get in there, use code
WHADD.
$5 off your first order of Bud Light. Can't thank him enough. Coaches' interviews are happening. It's all dancing, is what Rappaport told us.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson, we talked about that. Patriots extend Gerard Mayo as the D coordinator.
Yeah, official.
And this is Boston Connor thinking that this is anointing the next prince of the New England Patriots, right?
Yeah, 100%. Haven't had a D coordinator, I believe, for 4 or 5 years since Matt Patricia
Titled
left.
defensive coordinator.
Titled D coordinator. So now that they are officially making Gerard Mayo the DC, he is the de facto prince who is promised. Apparently, Robert Kraft really wants Bill to break the all-time wins record as a New England Patriot, which he will. And then all signs point to Gerard Mayo being next in line for the throne.
Former player, congratulations on the opportunity. He's also a dog.
Weapon.
Also, the Patriots are going to assign an offense coordinator, hire an offensive coordinator. They're interviewing. So that's coming from outside the system. Probably Bill O'Brien, we all assume.
Assuming, Bill O'Brien, someone familiar with Belichick because of the fact that it is outside the system. This never, ever happens. McDaniel, I mean, he had to be a play caller before even getting the OC in the system. So I would point to Bill O'Brien, maybe even someone who has done it in a similar system. But hopefully Bill O.B., if not, maybe a Cliff. Who knows? Maybe Kingsbury comes home.
Okay, Cliff, I don't know if he just – so he goes from coaching with Kyler, where it didn't work out.
Spread it out.
To going to coach under Bill.
Yep.
That would be –
You might want to take a year off in between there and let you recalibrate your life.
just kind of laugh a little bit, you know? Have a moment where you're –
have fun.
Remember why you're in football.
Still getting a lot of money every year from the Cardinals.
For a long time. You're going to be wanted in places regardless. If you want a head coaching job in college, I'm assuming you can go get one.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Anytime you want, with the way modern recruiting is and his resume and how much, he's very popular, well-liked by everybody.
Right.
So I don't know if he's – Bill O'Brien, what they call him, Teapot?
Teapot Bill.
Teapot Bill. Because he used to go –
Yeah, real quick, it'll just explode.
Get so –
Seen it with Brady on the sideline.
Yeah, him and Brady getting after it. And it was mentioned in the Tom Brady tour.
Yeah, Man of the Arena.
Man in the Arena.
I know
I'm just
Bama
calling it
fans
the
will
last
be
Tom.
happy to see him go.
Last Tom.
Yeah,
The last Tom.
Yeah, and Mac taught Bill O'B the Bama offense when he came in.
Oh,
and
yeah,
yes.
so they know each other very well. So everybody's just assuming Bill O'Brien's going to be the offense coordinator, but him being titled offense coordinator is a big deal because Bill Belichick doesn't give titles to anybody, basically.
No, we haven't had an OC. I guess with McDaniels we did, but we haven't had a D coordinator in forever. And it's not as if Bill's calling plays every single week. It's more so just the fact that the title is existing.
I love the way that Bill does it. Nobody's getting credit for it because nobody's going to become a head coach somewhere. Okay, we win here and we move on. Everybody's D coordinator. You might be a fucking D coordinator. What if this guy stinks and I got to call this guy? What if we're playing against a team in which this guy who's on our defensive staff understands that offense better than anybody else? Probably going to hand the reins to that guy, but I don't want to cause a fucking scene because if we do that to the D coordinator, everybody's going to think we're demoting the D coordinator. We're not demoting the D coordinator. We just think this fucking guy maybe can play this game a little bit better than the other guy. Who's for titles? Bill Belichick said.
Exactly.
Every other team in the league. That's why it is interesting that he doesn't do it.
Yeah, and because it's Bill, that's why it's just kind of like, okay, whatever. And for people who think, well, he doesn't want to pay people, let's not forget the green balls he's been handing out to coaches for years. Okay?
Well, the IRS was excited to hear about that.
They were very excited.
There's a lot of IRS agents out there.
Con, I got a question for Con Man. If you speak for Boston fans, how would you feel about him going outside the system and actually hiring somebody that doesn't have Patriot ties?
Who that doesn't have Patriot ties? I don't know.
Hey, so let's really mix it up here. Let's bring something we've never really done.
McDaniel's out of Miami because Sean Payton's going there.
Yes.
Hypothetical. This is not real.
Yeah.
McDaniel, with what he was able to do, you think Bill brings him in and says, all right, McDaniel's running our offense now. Everybody reports to Mike McDaniel, Yale guy.
Yeah, I don't think that would be opposed. I think really the consensus of Boston fans is that they just don't want a guy calling plays who's drinking pancake batter, which is what we've had with Matt Patricia.
Wow.
So now that he's not the guy, it'll just be nicer.
He's calling him a fatso.
Yeah, it'll just be nicer to have someone.
How thin was he whenever he called that fucking defense against the Seattle Seahawks?
I mean, you guys interviewed him the next year when you went to
Yeah, but what are you
Detroit?
attacking him? I mean, he's been a great coach.
I'm
for you.
attacking him because we all watched the Patriots play football. Mac Jones, 365 years ago was the next Tom Brady, and just 1 year later, under Matt Patricia, he's the worst quarterback we've ever seen. So
365 days.
Yeah.
Days. So
Did I say years?
Yeah.
Well,
Years,
365.
it felt like it.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a long time since we've talked about the Patriots offense being good.
Anyways, Matt Patricia, just like myself, I think enjoys food.
Why?
He does his thing, lives
I
his
love
life.
him.
He's a big football brain. It is a compliment to Mayo, though.
Yes,
that
huge.
Matt Patricia comes back. Matt Patricia has one of the biggest calls in the history of football on the defensive side. Whenever you talk about obviously jumping that route and having him stay instead of on a goal line package, which you could potentially do. And he got Seattle Seahawks, and we heard the entire explanation of why he did it. They prepared for it whenever we went and visited him up in Detroit.
Yeah.
And they were bad in Detroit. We're covering them, obviously, because we enjoy the Lions and Foxies here, so we covered it all. But he comes back to the staff, and it's not even a thought like, no, we're not fucking up what's going on in defense right now with Steve and with Mayo to bring back one of the greatest I would assume he could have got a D coordinator job anywhere, Matt Patricia. I assume.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. I mean, isn't it crazy, though, how your career as a coach can change? Like Patricia, when he was the D coordinator for the Patriots, right before he got that Detroit job, this guy, where'd he go to college? I mean, he's like a rocket scientist.
Yeah, I forget where
Wesleyan,
it was.
I think.
Wesleyan, yeah. Ohio.
All this stuff. And then now it's like, now we hear how people speak of him. Connor said he drinks, pancake batter?
Yeah, there's no reason. You're right. That is quite a career fall that a guy a guy that went to a parade and had one of the best days of his life because of a Matt Patricia defensive call.
Mm-hmm.
Now 2023 going, this guy's bonging pancake batter and ruining Mac Jones. Like what? Matt Patricia has to feel like he's at the bottom of the earth right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he should feel that way. He went from, like you said, a Super Bowl winning
How about
coach.
Belichick put him in that position? Are you judging Bill at all for that?
No, not at all. Because
so you think Matt oversold how good of an offense coordinator he would be to Bill Belichick? You think Matt Patricia, when he came back, was like, you know what I want to do? I want to be the last approval for every draft pick that you make. I would like to be the last one that you ask because I've been there. And also, I've never done it. Give me the offense.
Yeah. Boom. I mean,
you think that's what Matt Patricia did? Or
I don't know if that's completely the situation because obviously there's a competition between him and Joe, but I can definitely point to Belichick as maybe not the best decision, but I'm also someone who doesn't trust anyone outside my camp. So I can see where he's coming from, where you don't want to hire anybody you don't know.
Hey, Matt, Joe, welcome back. You did special teams, you did defense, two of the best of all time. That's why you got head coaching jobs. You two can figure out offense?
Yeah.
All right. You two are competing. Good luck out there.
Do it.
And Matt looks at Joe. Have you ever in your entire life called Me neither. No, I've never even thought about calling plays on the offense. This is fun, though, right? We get
We'll
to learn.
figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
And
Dan Orlovsky. What did Dan Orlovsky say?
Number one concern.
Dan says a lot of things. We know that. He's on TV a lot. We say a lot of things. You have to say a lot of things whenever your job is to speak into a microphone. Obviously, that is your job to say a lot of things. Dan has some absurd takes. And we thought he was being absurd. And I think it was absurdly phrased that it was his number one worry going into the NFL season, because there was a lot of other things he could potentially have been worried about. His number one worry was who's in Mac Jones's ear, and how is this guy going to develop and progress as a quarterback with a D coordinator or a special teams coordinator in his ear calling plays. And then he went on to obviously give a speech that everybody gives about how calling plays is not easy. Like, this is not something you just can fucking pick up. Like, there's some people who are offensive-minded people that can't call plays because there's a rhythm, there's a strategy, there's gamesmanship, there's setup, there's everything that you have to have. It's not just picking and pointing plays like a robot. So Dan Orlovsky said that was his number one worry of the NFL season. We had him on the show. We said, Dan, number one worry? That's what he said. Bill, you don't think you're smarter than Bill Belichick? That's what I said to Dan, I think. I think my exact words were, you're smarter than Bill Belichick, Dan? Okay. You don't think Bill Belichick would be able to figure this out? Dan was fucking right on the button with this.
Yeah, he was.
Bill did not figure it out, and now it sounds like Robert Kraft is the one that's pushing for a fucking offense coordinator, right? Hey, Bill, come on, fucking, not again.
We're not running.
Can we just hire somebody, please? Can we just have somebody? Bill, you're good at a lot of things. Can we just hire somebody to fucking do it? You get the record. We all do the. Can we? That's a thing, I think, though. Bill Belichick had to swallow some pride here, I think, for this entire year and this entire season. That's what great leaders can do and do.
Yeah, it's just so confusing how they chose to handle it, I guess. Like Patricia, in the NFL, has he ever worked on the offensive side of the ball?
No, I think that was the hypothetical conversation that Matt Patricia and Joe Judge had immediately after Bill Belichick told them they were competing for the offense coordinator job. I think they looked at each other and said, have you ever No. Okay. That's what I thought. But Connor's saying...
So when they both started, not Joe, but McDaniels and Patricia before going to defense, Bill started him on offense to learn how offenses attack defenses, and Josh McDaniels started on defense to learn how defense.
So this was showcasing the Bill Belichick Academy of
essentially.
coaching.
Yeah.
Yes. And there were flashes, but I mean,
but also coaching an offensive position. Whether I don't know what position they may have coached or assistant, whatever.
O-line for Patricia and quarterback for Judge.
Okay,
that's a big deal.
That's absolutely it's just a lot different than calling the plays in a game. It's just
we're all learning.
Position coach to calling plays is crazy to think of, and I mean. Who knows? Patricia may get another chance somewhere to call plays offensively. It could work out. I don't know, but I would assume he wants to get back on the defensive side of the ball.
I would assume he's not going to get many offense coordinator jobs again just because how good he is a defensive coordinator, And I think Bill Belichick potentially having that much faith in Matt Patricia. Hey, you remember you learned offense. You'll be able to do that. I think is what's being questioned now. Like Bill Belichick just assuming that's one of the first flaws in coaching I think that we've seen from Bill Belichick. There's been personnel decisions that he's made. There's been other decisions, but when it comes to coaching and handling situations, Bill Belichick seemingly always has it figured out. He's paying people less money than everywhere else. He's winning more than everywhere else. He's doing everything. So it's this guy's got to figure it out. This decision was one that I assume was humbling.
Oh, yeah.
I assume it was a humbling year for Bill Belichick. I just would assume as a human, but maybe he's not one of those.
Well, but the only thing is all of those years that he has of goodwill build up, Tom Brady was his quarterback. Now Tom's not there anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
And remember now the defense coordinator of those teams is being called a fatso who drinks
pancake batter.
Pancake batter by their fans. By their fans. By their fans, AJ. That's
exactly. That's the nicest thing that's been said by a Patriots fan and Matt Patricia in a long time, because some of the stuff they say is despicable. So I'm just going to say that. But Mayo getting promoted opens up a spot.
In comparison to what others.
Perspective here. Yeah, but Mayo getting promoted will open up a spot on the defense. So we're assuming Patriots fans, he goes back to defense Patricia to where it was either linebackers or secondary.
This guy goes from head coach
to
offense coordinator to linebackers coach.
Yeah, he'll go to linebackers. Never the OC.
Matt Patricia could get a defense coordinator job anywhere right now, couldn't he? That has availability.
I would think so, right? Right?
See at the top
I would think so.
He just loves being around Bill, I guess.
Yeah, loves
structure, success, the
his
way
final say on draft picks.
Knows how it runs, knows the deal.
He does have the final say on draft picks. That is a good point, too.
Yep. Yeah. But I assume his O-line position they'll either fill with the OC, bring in someone, and really at the end of the day, Mac Jones just needs a wide receiver that he can just throw to on third down. I mean, we can
I
list
thought
all
you guys
those.
paid $100 million for 2 tight ends.
Oh yeah, and guess what? One of those
And
tight
Aguilar.
ends, the one we signed first, was probably the worst signing. Probably the worst signing in the history of the Patriots.
Does this person know who the
Hasn't been banged up?
Patriots? No, Patriots fans.
Who is it?
Jonnu Smith. Patriots fans put Jonnu Smith in like the Giants' Kenny Golladay category.
Probably should.
Oh, waste of money. Doesn't
Waste
do
of
anything.
money, doesn't do anything. Some of the stuff that he does is insufferable. Like they really.
What's he do?
really-
Honestly,
What does he do?
yeah. What's he do? It's insufferable. I don't see him pop up.
I think he.
Me neither. I forgot the guy existed, but they did
Exactly.
pay him a
Oh, yeah.
lot.
He was
of
the first-
He should. The guy that they paid the amount of, they paid like $130 million in one day in free agency. They're like,
Yeah.
all right, we're getting Hunter Henry, we're getting 2 tight ends, Jonnu Smith, Titans. Is that what he
Titans,
came?
yep.
Came from the. I'm trying to remember
Very
back
good.
because we have not talked about this guy for a long time.
Exactly.
Signed Jonnu Smith out of the Titans. Then we're going to sign Hunter Henry, same exact day out of the Chargers.
Yep.
And then we're signing a wide receiver.
Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne.
$130 million overnight. Robert Kraft just boom, welcome to free agency. We need to reload quickly on weapons. We don't have any. And then that was the last we talked about Jonnu Smith.
Exactly, and he has scored 1 touchdown in the 2 years that he's played there. I would assume he's getting cut or he's getting traded.
Whose fault? His?
I don't know, because this happens with some guys. Like they come into the system and then they just don't. They just lose whoever the hell they were. But I mean, to be completely fair, the entire offense hasn't been good this year. So it's not even just this year; it's more so last year as well.
So the ring around Rosie play that you see the Kansas City Chiefs run in Week 18 of an NFL season. So they've obviously run plenty more. So
Yeah.
this is just creating new ideas. Bieniemy interviewed with the Colts. Who knows how that goes? He's allegedly a part of the play designs like that. That's cool. Bring a little fun in town.
Yeah.
That'd be great for us if that was to take place. Sorry about it, Chiefs. We'll take Eric Bieniemy. But you watch their offense; it's like the most stale, boring offense of all time.
Exactly.
Like all these offenses that are so boring and stale, we see other teams do stuff, and we're like, so is all 11 players on this team better, or like are they setting their team up for success in a lot different fashion than you are? I think In the Trenches has broke that down for us a lot with the way people are manipulating blocks. Like, hey, we don't have a guy who's good head up with a guy. Okay, so what do we need to design to create a better leverage for that guy so we can get past theirs? Like they got people in motion and pulls and fake blocks that are happening that I don't think I knew was happening at the level in which it was happening for some teams, not for all teams. So if you see a team that stinks offensively, you can certainly say the players suck. That might be the case. Now, they're better than you are at football, and if they were playing a pickup game against you, they would obviously fucking ruin you and your friends. But also, there might be a little bit of an inadequacy from the play design department after what we've been able to see around the NFL this season, AJ. I honestly, that ring around the Rosie play, people are saying, oh, it was a fuck you play. It's also like impossible for the defense to know what's coming. Impossible.
In the playoffs, here we go. Let's put it on film. So every team we play in the playoffs has to worry for 8 minutes each day to practice our guys spinning around in circles, and then when they burst to the line, we got to get set up. Like just another thing to work on.
Yeah, their big thing would be like, find 5. We need to find 5. Remember, they started ringing, find 5. Where's he? He's not. Okay, so in the backfield, what do we got? Then we're checking to this. Right? Isn't that kind of what a defensive coordinator's saying?
Yeah, you got to hopefully you
15,
have like
sorry.
a locked call. Hey, if they do that ring around the Rosie thing, we're playing this. Like we have a call, boom, boom. No matter what they come up with, we have a locked call maybe.
But then it's a lateral throwback.
Yeah.
Ring
It
around
should
the
have been-
Rosie.
Could have been stopped right there, and could have been Chiefs could have looked like idiots if they make the stop right there.
Ring around the Rosie, option,
Yes.
right, lateral, throwback.
Oh,
That's like 5 things coming together to fuck over a defense, right? Honestly,
Yeah,
that is so many different things. Being able to identify who is who, gone. Okay, everybody going one way for an option. Okay, do I take the quarterback? Do I take the runner? The runner is the actual quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Now you got 2 people in a position there, safety-wise, and then all of a sudden when the pitch happens, oh, fuck, everybody backside who's been trying to chase this thing down, that's the quarterback. That's the actual quarterback. He has ball throwback, so now you got to get everybody backtracking. It's just like that play design is genius. That is a genius play design. On 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, when you're in the red zone, when there's tight space, you got to be creative. It used to be called gadget plays. Now it's like need to have them. Like these are types of things you have to have. In some teams, Colts are one of them, so I will put us in there. Patriots, though, got to have it play.
Absolutely.
Was just a tunnel screen that has been blocked the same exact way forever, and the ball was thrown into the ground. It wasn't even, it was just no creativity at all. I think we should judge. I
feel for Mac. I feel for Mac in this situation because
sure.
I've said it before many times. Like the coach that has the ability to affect the game more than anybody out there, any coach is whoever calls the offensive plays. That person right there affects the outcome of the game and can like positively or negatively affect the offense, especially the quarterback. Like the quarterback needs to know and needs to trust whoever the play caller is that they're going to set them up and do what they do best.
Yeah, because you're going to buy in, too. If you trust the offense coordinator, you'll buy into everything they do if you know the whys and the hows. You got to be very smart to be able to run all those gadget plays.
For sure.
Everybody on the field's got to be on the same page because if you lose the ball during those plays, you look like an asshole.
Right.
If there's a turnover or a penalty or anything like that, you look like an absolute asshole. So can't have it. Everybody's got to buy in. Seems like the great teams are able to do it and the terrible teams aren't. It makes no sense to me.
Well, in the creativity after the play, like not sure the tunnel screen, but like why can't we do some sort of fake tunnel screen and then go somewhere with that where teams are game planning for one thing and then changing it just a little, like that Chiefs play instead of McKinnon, pitching it to Mahomes the next time they play. What if he just keeps it and it's just Kelsey lead blocking for him and that's
what if he
10
keeps
yards.
it and Kelsey leaks out?
Exactly.
And
Like,
he throws. I mean, there's just so many things that you could potentially go off of that Andy Reid probably will.
Yeah, that those teams do. Like it's the inconsistency of we're gonna maybe do one play, but then not use it for a few weeks. But when we do come back and use it again, we're not gonna change it at all. We're gonna do the exact same thing. It's like, hey, these teams game plan for this stuff. And I think that's why Matt Patricia has taken the brunt of the Patriots hate, at least because there's just been no adaptation to what they were doing or what they were trying to do.
How about the D coordinator and his coaches on the defensive side talking about that ring around the rosy play? Just look at these guys.
These pricks.
Ring around the rosy.
They are not happy.
We got to deal with. They didn't have to deal with this 20 years ago.
They're saying, look at this fucking bullshit.
All right, so we got to find 15. I guess we got to find 15, but how can you see him from ground level if he's standing right behind a guy? I mean, like the bitch session that's happening between the D coordinator and the coaches on the defensive side. No players in the room yet. They just have to bitch about it, then figure out what they're going to do. And then whenever they get in front of the team, they have to present a plan that they're obviously all on board with. But as soon as they see them, they're immediately, to your point, 8 minutes are being spent out of every single practice on all the – because they got the underhanded fuckery, too, that they do with the back door.
Whole bunch of shit.
They have so much stuff. It's like they're playing at a different level than everybody. It's just smarter than everybody. Eagles doing the same – I mean, the Eagles with Jalen, they got so many different things, let alone the – quarterback snake that Jason Kelsey just gets his ass beat during, but it's a real thing. It feels like there's some laziness happening in some play calls and some play designs, and it's evident now, especially with what we're seeing other teams do.
Yeah, and Chiefs and Eagles, one and the same too, where they're adding guys. Like Kadarius Toney, they got mid-season. It's not as if they've had that guy for years.
Oh, yeah, he had
like
a bad hamstring.
Yeah, they just implemented
He liked
him.
rapping, remember?
Yeah,
He did, big time.
This guy likes poetry, so.
Yeah, so he's now unbelievable for the Chiefs. And keep in mind, they haven't even used Mecole Hardman. Like, Mecole Hardman's been hurt, so he comes back, you add him into that type of play, he's fast as hell.
You bring Pacheco in as well.
Bingo.
Pacheco was an awesome addition. Are you kidding me? I'm a fan. That guy runs with violence.
And speaking of runners, McKinnon has more receiving touchdowns than fucking Tyreek Hill this year.
Yeah.
He's a running back.
And nobody knows that.
And Travis Kelce is statistically the greatest tight end of all time for every single game he shows up in, basically. They're unbelievable over there.
You wonder why I picked the Chiefs. You guys jumped on me when we were out there in SoFi in our freezing cold show we did 9 to noon when I picked the Chiefs.
No, we didn't.
We jumped you.
Okay.
No one did that.
We wouldn't have been able to jump because the cement was so wet we would have slipped.
Yeah, broken my leg.
I almost went down a few times. You're right.
Yeah, you did have quite a good skirt to that bathroom every time we took a break because you weren't able to piss under the table like you do here every single time.
Freak.
Telling Matt Canada's offense is awesome.
Really good. Jet sweeps, like it's fucking brand new and innovative when it's been every high school and college has been running it, since he was running it in college probably fucking 10 years ago and hasn't come up with a new play since then. But he did fullback dive. He added to the repertoire of the show.
Oh, hell yeah. That's how Derek scored. Derek Watt.
It
That
did
was a
work a
Watt.
couple times.
Put the ball in the hands of a wide.
But it looks like he'll be back, so.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin said that he liked the way he was working later in the year. How the offense was looking. He's gotten better every single step of the way. That's good news. Him and Kenny Pickett got a little chemistry, too.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny's had to overcome a lot.
Kenny loves him.
Kenny has to say he loves him. And let's assume Kenny does love him.
Kenny loves him like a
Yes.
father. Like, never wants to play without him.
He is.
You sure?
Really?
Yeah, he did.
With the way he played, it seemed like
Yeah, 7-2 after the bye.
The way he looked at him.
him and Pickens, too. Matt Canada has Kenny Pickett, who can seemingly make every single throw, and his fucking dog. And George Pickens, who, same thing, but with every catch instead of every throw, is always cool. I'll be excited to see what Matt Canada chooses to
Me
do with
too.
those two. And Naj.
Oh, baby.
Fire mode. Fire
Got all the
mode.
talent right there.
He's got a lot of weapons.
Figure it the fuck out.
Canada's gonna be
Deontay
remembered
Johnson still there?
Oh, yeah.
Steelers fans don't like him.
You guys can do some stuff. I think you got enough weapons to kind of do some
I'd say-
creative gadgets.
Got plenty of
Creative gadgets. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers right now on ESPN. What is
I think Gutekunst is
next for Aaron Rodgers? Okay, you heard what Gutekunst said. Gutekunst said that he and Aaron had very productive and good meetings over the last couple of days. He will respect Aaron's process of the offseason, and Aaron has told us numerous times that he'll be trying to take the emotion out of it and just kind of wants to settle in on whether he's ready for the commitment of another football season in his life. He's 39, 39 years old, has his Hall of Fame resume already stamped.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
First ballot.
Has money through the roof. Boom. More money's good money. I understand that, but he has a plethora of cash because of the contracts that he has earned over his 18-year NFL career. What are you thinking out of this? What did you hear from Gutekunst, and what did you hear from Aaron? If anything, AJ Hawk?
I mean, nothing really new I heard from this. I know I asked the other day, like, how long does it take to get the emotion out of it or to understand if I have what I want to take on what another season would look like. I mean, I'm sure Aaron probably doesn't know. You probably know when you know, right? Like if you're sitting there in the off season, it'll probably just hit you over a period of time. I doubt you can set a deadline. I don't think.
Hey, you know when you know, and you know when you don't. And I don't. He's coming on next Tuesday, right? Aaron Rodgers Tuesday next Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
That is that was the plan as of this past Tuesday.
Yep.
That seems quick.
It does, yeah. I mean,
That seems quick. I'll be
Yeah, I'd
intrigued.
say.
I'll be intrigued to hear how we balance that. With remember Matthew Stafford's supposed to come on Field Pass,
right.
That's right.
and the only thing we would have been able to ask him probably would have went around the horn a couple times. Hey Matt, Bulldogs are awesome. Congratulations.
good.
Coonan looks amazing tonight. Wife is fantastic. The podcast. Are you playing next year? It's hard for us not to do that type of stuff. So for Aaron on Tuesday, we'll have to have a real balance for that because honestly, just like Gutekunst said, this is a massive decision that he's fucking making. And I think he was closer to it last year than people know. I'm only saying that just from reading how he was, kind of acting throughout that time. I think he definitely thought about hanging it up last year. Now, there's $59 million or something like that coming around the bend, and a lot of people are going to point at that and how the season went and what the future looks like and all that. I think Aaron just doesn't know if he wants to fucking continue to commit his whole life to being a football player.
Yeah.
And on the flip side of that, though, Aaron, Steve Young mentioned this alongside many other examples. Football commits its whole being to you as a quarterback as well. The building. Hopefully. Now, we've learned that it isn't necessarily like that everywhere, and who knows what the Packers is. But, that relationship between star quarterback long time and football is a deep one. That's a very real one. Both sides have given a lot to each other there. So that's a big decision that he's going to have to go through, and he's already a fucking deep thinker. We know that. He had a 500-page report on that vaccine whenever he joined us in whatever. I assume he's doing pros, cons. I assume he has it all. I'm kind of excited to watch it all kind of unfold right in front of the world to watch, I guess.
Yeah, I can't imagine that we'll have any answers by Tuesday. This kind of seems like the type of thing where, maybe late February or whenever, we'll get a little bit more clarity. But like you said, I mean, I think this year much more so than last year and the year before is whatever move I make.
Done with this shit?
Yeah, whatever move I make next needs to be the right move. So I'm gonna make sure I take my time and don't do something where you have a Brady situation where it's let's say he decides to retire and then 3 weeks later it's oh shit, I didn't want to do that. That was a huge mistake. So I think he wants to make sure whatever decision he does make, he's okay with the either finality of it or all right, I got to get back in, committing everything mentally towards another football season.
Tom Brady said that he kind of echoed Steve Young's sentiments. Steve Young did this on Monday Night Football kickoff show. He did when Tom was playing. Then he did it again on the Let's Go podcast, Tom Brady's podcast, and Tom Brady was able to echo the sentiment. And Tom was like, don't make the decision right after the season. I made that mistake. The way Tom was talking about what he did and then inevitably feeling it, Those are Steve brings out the perfect point when he's talking about, just kind of being at the bottom of a cliff and broken. Football kind of is your whole being. It's your whole life. And as a quarterback, football takes care of you very, very well. Those are absolutely legitimate feelings and emotions. And I think the most important thing is the day after the season, and I made this mistake, is not to decide the future the day after the season. So who knows how many days he's going to need to go through it all. We wish him good luck. He's not going to see this. He's probably out on some mountain somewhere or something. Hey, good luck out there, dude.
Good luck, Aaron.
Happy for you, bud. Hell of a career. Got a new haircut. Also, new reports on the internet, AJ. You know anything about those?
Yeah.
Basketball.
Basketball. Love you, Bugs.
About his haircut? Yeah, his haircut looks sweet.
But why did he get his haircut? Because maybe he's trying to look a little bit younger? Because
Giannis.
I don't know, man. Those reports, we could ask him, I guess, when he comes on.
Yeah, we don't know anything about it. We just know what the internet's telling us because
Throw it out there.
he did look. Hey, when he cut that hair,
He looked awesome.
how about when he cut his hair and was like, "Y'all motherfuckers forgot."
Yeah.
That's what Aaron. That's kind of what Aaron did, didn't he? AJ.
Maybe.
Kinda.
Because of how how he currently looks, and that's kind of how he's been his whole life. He could get away with that shit that he was doing.
Right. Sure. The
And
AJ Hawk.
And he was just like, yeah, what, the beard, the fucking hair, the whole thing, coming out both sides of the hat.
Yep.
Did not matter because he's fucking Aaron Rodgers. Then he cuts his hair and he's like, oh, you guys forgot that this is what was all those shots you were taking. Look a little closer, pal. Still fucking got it. He looks like a brand new man with that haircut, doesn't he?
He looks a lot younger, doesn't he?
Yeah, like
Pretty
brand
amazing.
new man. Like brand new human almost.
Probably felt like it, too. Probably cut it and felt instantly better.
All right, and he had to shave, too.
Yeah. Look clean.
This guy. Maybe he's playing another 10 years.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Look young, feel young.
What?
Feel young, play young.
What?
Is that what it is, AJ?
I don't know. I hope he should get a full sleeve tattoo on that left arm now.
I hope.
Oh, my God. Up to the neck, too.
That'd be sick.
Get an Adam's apple. Get something right in the Adam's
You
apple.
should go all the
too.
way his face.
I don't have any tats because I don't have the patience to sit down for that long when it hurts, too. I think it hurts.
Right.
It's like I just haven't been able to sit down for the pain and the time frame. You know what I mean? Tone has some. My wife has an entire sleeve. I think she's going to work on another one, which is incredible commitment and time. The side of these ones aren't bad looking. Like
Oh, no. Those are sweet.
these ones are kind of cool.
Behind the ear or down down the neck?
Yeah, like kind of the whole thing there. I forget who has it. Maybe Baron Corbin, bum ass Corbin.
Corbin's got the
he has like
line.
a cool one that's like right here. And I like looked at the side of his head one time and I was like, hey, that's a good tattoo.
It's a good place.
I didn't tell him that because he's a scumbag, obviously.
Right.
I thought it inside. I was like, this bum ass got a pretty cool little
Yeah.
tattoo because he's got a bunch of like graffiti looking tattoos all over his body.
Yeah.
Like his shin's got a couple and then his knees got a couple and like he has just tattoos all over the place. He had one here. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that is a good place. Like down the side of the neck, I think, is the
Boom.
one, too.
There it is. Pretty cool look. Pretty sweet. He looks like a sweet.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks super cool. I don't know if I'm going to get that. It looks like that would be the most painful place on earth to get a tattoo.
Yeah. Man, that feels like it'd be very painful.
Because touch your cranium. Does he have one on the other side too? I wonder. Yeah, what's the other
I
side?
thought he had one down the side of his neck.
Yeah, I think so too. Because that does look cool. I don't know if that was the one I was talking about or not in that moment when I said this bum ass got a pretty cool little look.
He does have sweet tats.
Some of them are wildly placed. His first one was right here, like
Oh.
Iron Man.
Hell yeah. Good spot for it.
That was when I met him. He had it right here.
There
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
the one.
Lobo.
Lobo. Yeah, he has that one. That one's the one I saw.
Sweet.
Is it Lobo or Obol?
That means something, right? I don't know if it. I think it's. Up
Lobo's like a wolf.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, something to do with the wolf.
Lobos. No, that's isn't that the mascot of a college team?
Yeah, New Mexico.
Hell yeah, bum ass Corbin.
Way to go, bum ass.
Is the old buddy out there still? Your
Ezekiel?
nemesis that you beat?
Oh,
The Jack dude.
Theory.
Theory. Yeah, he's the United States champion. Actually, he has a beard. He looks real cool. He's somehow gotten more jacked too and more handsome.
Wow.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's not that job.
Still an asshole. Just terrible.
Pretty
guy.
athletic. Pretty athletic. From what I can see.
Whatever.
Loves the business too. That's a guy. Because they ran. He after he lost to me, he went through a little bit of a spiral there.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know if that's gonna change. I don't know if that's gonna change with the news that is currently happening. He's
We'll
a champion
see.
now, but I would see if we didn't have a personal hatred for that guy. I think we'd really like that dude.
Yep. Real bummer.
I think
Shame.
it's a real shame. Gotta hate
Too
it.
bad, Theory.
Look at this guy.
Oh, shit.
Could you imagine?
Dang, he does look different. He looks different.
Yeah, he
man.
does.
Yeah, put the beard on and look at his fucking legs.
He looks like that werewolf guy.
Yeah, look at his quads.
Look at his fucking legs, dude. He has gotten bigger somehow. And he would have got slower, so I still would have beat him.
Well, of course.
Of course. I mean, that's on the ground of stage. I mean, that's going to happen. But, yeah, he's the champion of the United States. And it doesn't appear, I haven't been following and keeping up with as much, he's changed his attitude at all. It appears as if he's still got the same
Yeah,
attitude.
big time asshole still.
He still looks like a prick.
Look how pissed he is. Dude, look how you look. You're a champ.
Fucking United States champion.
Put your smile on. Cheer up, bro.
He's so angry.
What's this guy's deal, AJ?
What the hell?
I don't know. Is he gonna have a match or a program with Elias? Possibly.
Where is Elias? What have we got an update on Elias?
Is he out of the hospital?
Walking somewhere.
I
That's
seen
Ezekiel, asshole.
Elias got spiked on a piano, grand piano, a couple weeks ago.
Jeez.
The piano, he hits it, boom. Then the legs give out, so he hits it again.
It was a big bump.
Big bump, and then another follow-up, boom, boom, on a grand piano.
Double big bump.
Yeah, it was a grand piano. All right, let's do some picks. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Damn.
I'm happy we were going to talk about those guys. That tattoo is pretty cool. Looks like it hurts, though.
It is.
Yeah.
What are you going to get on the back of your neck, AJ, the back of your ear, side of your head?
I don't think.
about
I don't think
dickhead?
that's in my future. Nah, that probably wouldn't be my first pick.
Why don't you draw one of those rockets you drew all over our studio
Yeah.
when he came into town?
Spaceship? I can draw spaceships all day. You know that.
Yeah, so maybe you put a spaceship right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe
I
that
don't really
thing-
want something that like that.
Maybe
out
it,
there.
maybe it takes off too. You know how you say it takes off around
Right
your
around
into your
my mouth.
into your mouth. Oh, you're going full. I thought you were going in your ear, but if you're gonna take that thing out of your mouth,
Oh, AJ could put a
Do it.
sweet
Guess
hawk
you gotta do
head on the back of his head and then have the wings come all the way up to like the front of his
yes.
face.
Now we're talking.
Okay.
'Cause your last
Now
name's
I'm-
Hawk.
Yeah. Now I'm listening, Con. I'm listening.
Have
now.
you ever seen Stitches?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right here. I'll go into his mouth.
Yeah,
That had to be painful.
so bad. He loved it though. Put a grill in
Yeah.
with the Joker smile.
Put that brick in your face.
Now what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? I put this brick in your face. He had a run like for what, one summer?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He was one of the most aggressive looking people I've ever seen
Without question.
Molly song.
in my life.
Miley Cyrus.
All right, let's pick a little.
What?
Stitches was a thing for a while, and if you don't know who that
What about
is,
Miley Cyrus?
He's got a song. He name drops her.
Oh, Miley can. I'll tell you what. Miley's a talent. She can sing her ass off.
She's
She
a
just
stud.
released a song today.
Miley.
She has great
Yeah.
stage presence too.
Yeah.
She's a natural.
It's in her
on stage.
blood.
Yeah, she's rock star.
Yeah.
Duh.
She is.
Best of both worlds.
Miley Cyrus.
I respect it.
Miley Cyrus is a rock star. We have some breaking news out of Ohio. Brian Hartline will be the new offensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh.
Since Kevin Wilson is now the head coach at Tulsa. Obviously, Brian Hartline, former NFLer, also former Ohio State wide receiver, now offensive coordinator. He was the wide receiver coach this past season. Congrats to a former player. AJ, what are your thoughts on this over there in Ohio State Buckeye land?
Hartline's the man. He could have left many times for head coaching positions, coordinator positions all over the country, but he loves being here. His family is here. So this is obviously, I think this is a step that everyone assumed would happen once Kevin Wilson took the Tulsa job. But yeah, Hartline is an absolute superstar in the college football world. And I think there's a lot of NFL teams, too, that are courting him.
And he will also have Marvin Harrison Jr. for another season next year. And I'm excited to see what he does with it, especially after what we saw Marvin Harrison Jr. do to the Georgia defense and secondary on, non-scripted extended plays. You can figure that out. Let Marvin do his thing. Brian Hartline might have a touchdown on every single drive he is offense coordinator of next year.
And unfortunately,
Ryan Day still calls plays.
Well, what the fuck's the point?
Then what's the
still
purpose?
help, though.
What's the
Still-
purpose?
Well, no, I'm not. Maybe Ryan turns the play calling duties over. Kirk's the one who said that.
Seems like
Ryan
he's
Day
that type of
possibly
guy.
could give up play calling duties.
So what's the purpose of just the title, huh? This
Get a
is
promotion, you
Pay
get
bump.
the title, promote. And I'm sure now Hartline will be running all their offensive meetings and stuff. And obviously Ryan Day's in there, but a lot more responsibility.
Congrats to the Buckeyes here, Brian Hartline.
There has been a conversation around C.J. Stroud not declaring it.
Yeah, has till Monday.
What you, CJ?
He's going to the league.
Yeah.
CJ, come to the Colts.
I mean, there is that thought. Hey,
Take a pay cut and go to the NFL.
it is fun to play
Ohio
with
State, no
Marvin
salary
Harrison.
cap over there at Ohio State Buckeyes.
True.
It is fun to play with Marvin Harrison Jr. And there's not going to be another Marvin Harrison Jr. that you're going to encounter.
Hey, speaking of that, I didn't want to cut you off, but I meant to say earlier, General Bob told me, he tells me all the time about Marvin Harrison Jr. and how he's just a different cat, like how he works and what he does. Bob said, Bob goes to the Woody Hayes Athletic Facility, which probably daily.
How old is
Ohio
Bob?
State practices.
How old is
Bob's
Bob?
39 now. Bob will be 40 in August.
Bob
So-
be 40 in August, still working out with the college
That's
kids
right.
at the Ohio State Buckeyes workout facility. This is not normal. I do not think this happens anywhere else, but go on. I apologize for interrupting. You
Bob
were-
told me a while ago, he's like, I don't think I've ever walked into the Woody Hayes and not seen Marvin on the jugs machine. He said no matter when he goes, Marvin is catching balls. He's always there, always doing something. He's like, he's a different dude. Like, you would love him.
Well, Bobby definitely a different dude as well, still working out with college kids. But I do appreciate the fact that Marvin Harrison's like, hey, you old fuck, I'm being here before you and after you. That's the type of work ethic, though, that his dad, right, obviously implemented him and was like, hey, you want to make it to the NFL? Everybody wants to make it to the NFL. Everybody wants these NIL deals. Everybody wants to make it big. Let me tell you, dude, you got to fucking work, okay? That's the only way you got to work. That's the secret sauce. You know your Uncle Edrin James? You know your Uncle Edge? He used to go to the clubs with people, drink cranberry juice, drop them off, and he'd get an extra workout in at 3 a.m. just because he was out working everybody. You know what I did every single day? 1,000 on the jugs every single day. He's like giving him the game pretty much. Like people think this is what you got to do. People think they're working. There's somebody out there working harder than you. This is what you got to do. That's why he said to Marvin Harrison Jr. whenever he went to Ohio State, you're going to see people in front of you doing stuff. You don't listen to any of them. You do exactly what I've told you to do. And I guess that means living on the jugs machine. And probably right afterwards, we're working on routes. We're working, and this isn't
No
Instagram
question.
routes either. These are real life game routes that we're doing. And then guess what? In a couple years, you'll be getting paid $20-some million to catch a football.
Yep.
That's the game. Here, and Marvin Harrison Jr., to his credit, does it. I respect that so much. And that sucks for everybody else in college football.
Yeah, seriously. Except for maybe the Iowa Hawkeyes, who I would expect to maybe probably shut them down next year. But they might be the only team who is capable of doing such.
Who's your quarterback from Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Cade McNamara.
Cade McNamara.
Dog.
He led him to a college football playoff.
He did.
He did.
He's about to lead
They
another
also
team
got,
too.
Michigan's tight end. One of their tight ends transferred as well.
Yeah, Jake Butt.
Oh, don't look now.
Don't look now is right.
The Hawks are flying.
Fucking the swarm's coming.
You guys gonna suck again?
Oh, I don't know. I think probably typical Iowa season, 8-4, and go to the fucking Gator Bowl.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
Here we go.
Hell yeah.
Solid year.
Listen to this guy. His team's in college football playoff every single year, pretty much.
That's what.
At least in the conversation.
I got beat by. I went to Kinnick and got beat. That place is they got a great barn out there.
You didn't
Goddamn
wave
right.
to the kids, huh?
They didn't. I don't know if the kids' hospital was there when I
It
was.
was not.
Oh,
when you
okay.
were there.
All right, I thought the
Probably
hospital
wanted
was
to
there.
wave though.
AJ, what a big fact right there. The kids were not there because you heard me already. I was.
What do you think? I wouldn't have done it. I just wouldn't wave to them.
No chance.
What are you
So
talking
locked into football.
AJ Hawk, I'm here to play football. Don't
Everybody's
wave.
waving at these kids. Okay, enough. You don't
Maybe
even see
honestly,
my wave.
like maybe in like middle school or high school, I would have said something like that. I don't think in college.
Super Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, they can see everybody's hand, huh? Way
Well,
to
just
go,
'cause I
hero.
was-
Way to go.
I grew up. I'm the youngest of my two older brothers, and like the culture of football I played in, like you can't even think about peeking to the sideline. Like if you looked at your parents or something, you get kicked in the face. Like you don't do that.
Forwards up.
I fucking love Ohio, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing best.
Ohio is going to, at some point, come through for us all.
That's right.
And we're all going to say, shout out to those Ohio fucks.
Needed you, Ohio.
At some point, it's going to happen. There's going to come a moment where Ohio has to do something very Ohio.
Yep.
And they're going to come through for us because that's what Ohio people do
Yep.
whenever you're talking about doing Ohio shit.
Alien invasion.
That's what I'm talking about. Something's going to happen, and there's going to be, like, these aliens are going to fuck around, accidentally kind of glide too close to the coast of Ohio. And one of these Ohio fucks is going to be on 10 diesels, Budweisers.
What?
Grab it by the throat, bring it down. And then they're just going to put it probably in one of these, and they're just going to be punching it for a while.
That's right.
That's going to be the Ohio thing. Force it to drink, beat it up a little bit, and then they're going to tie it up like Batman did with that one guy, leave him in front of city council,
Yeah.
and say, you're welcome. Ohio did that. Like, that's a potential Ohio thing that could happen where we'd all go, shout out to Ohio for being so fucking Ohio that it helped us all.
Absolutely. Bob Carpenter fits that description
Yeah.
to a T. And he'll probably be the guy to do it.
He comes out of the Woody Hayes facility.
Yep.
He's working out 12 midnight or so, 1 a.m. Obviously, a place that is built for 18-year-olds to 22-year-olds to work out that are part of the team and a part of the program.
Yep.
He's 40 years old working out in there. Big pop. We're talking vascularity,
Shredded.
kind of greased up, shirt
Doing
up.
cleans, probably cleaning 315 for 10. Yeah.
Absolutely. He comes out, and the aliens think that he's one of them. because of how fucking yoked up he is.
Oh, yeah.
And they come and they run into this.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
They got no shot.
Nuh-uh.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, General. Puts a sig out on the alien, probably.
Pisses on it.
All right, let's pick some games. It is time for Super Wildcard Weekend to be decided right here, right now. Obviously, a same game parlay holiday is taking place in which you can place a same game parlay of 4 legs or more, plus 400 or more.
Boom.
And there's different tiers pretty much.
Yep. If you bet $20, you get $10 back in free bets. If you bet $50, you get $25 in free bets. If you bet $100, you get $50 in free bets. And if you bet $200, you get $100 in free bets.
Now, if you bet $49.99, you are not at the 50 tier. You are still at the 20 tier for $10 in free bets. Now, $10 in free bets will go into your account is similar to a get back there, right?
Yep.
You bet $50, you get $25 back. You bet $85, you get $25 in free bets. You bet $99, you get $25 back in free bets. But once you get to $100, $50 back in free bets. And then over $200, $100 in free bets. Let's enjoy this.
Come on.
Here we go.
We have 4 parlays for this weekend. We'd love for you to join alongside of us because on this same game parlay holiday, we're all going to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Myself, AJ, Dirty, Darius, and Foxy put together a
Hell
same
yeah.
game parlay for the Niners and the Seahawks. We love it. We enjoy the hell out of it. We did actual discussion last night in the group text to get to where we are. The boys at the pod put together a incredible Jaguars-Chargers same game parlay that when I looked at it, I said, how are we getting money on juice on these odds here? Great work, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
The Hammer Dahn boys obviously went to bat because that's what they do. They got us a winner for the
Ravens and Bengals.
Ravens and Bengals game, AFC North. Tone is dialed in, as is Gumpy, Mitt, and Bruce. And then that's Hockey Talk. Wow. What a fucking home run of a same-game parlay.
Stick taps, stick taps.
Stick taps.
Stick taps for That's Hockey Talk, who's betting on the
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills game.
Okay.
All right.
I have been told that Rupp
Go Bills.
did participate. Hell yeah, go Bills.
Rupper.
And I did hear in a shocker, CFO Phil did participate
Okay.
in the
Nice.
the planning of the same game parlay for That's Hockey Talk. Whole office is in. We're all winning. Let's go.
That's right.
Come on, boys. Here we go.
Only available by FanDuel for this weekend. Let's pick these games, AJ, and then let's hit the road. Seahawks, 49ers, 9.5 point spread. Niners beat the Seahawks the last time they played in Seattle. I was there for it. George Kittle was running wild. Christian McCaffrey was obviously a weapon. Purdy was Purdy. And the outcome was glorious for the 49ers. Now, Seattle had a chance to make it a game late. Seattle gets Kenneth Walker back. Pete Carroll's rolling around on a scooter. Seems like they're having a blast being 9.5 point dogs in this wild card playoff game. Pete Carroll goes, oh, they're so good. This team is so good. They're so healthy. They're so fast. They're so strong. And they beat us, obviously. Pete Carroll knows everything that everybody's saying. What do you think happens in this game? 9.5, a lot of points for a playoff game.
Yeah, Seattle obviously has the old chip on their shoulder. No one's giving us a chance whole motto heading into this one. But 9.5 points is a lot, especially in the playoffs. But I like the Niners here, minus 9.5.
Okay, give me the Seahawks plus 9.5.
Love that.
Although the Niners win. I believe the Niners win by more than a score. Okay.
Okay.
I think they win by 9.
Okay.
Very possible.
I didn't know what type of
Okay.
score. I don't know if you're talking about field
Thread
goal.
the
or-
I
needle.
love
I love
these
that.
big spreads. I mean, this is the playoffs.
They're also
on.
in the same
Division
same
rival.
division.
What
You
are
know
we
what I mean? It just
doing?
feels like 9.5 is a lot. I like the Niners a lot to win. But if you do recall that Seahawks-Niners game that I was at, Niners were in control that whole time. Seattle late makes that thing a much closer game than anybody thought it could be. And I think that's the Seattle Seahawks team. 9.5 is a lot of points. Give me the Seahawks. Chargers.
Niners score on D. Niners probably score on defense, too.
Oh.
Hey, I like that bet.
Fuck.
I like that bet as well. I'm on that team. Chargers, Jags, 2.5 point spread. Chargers favored on the road. This is one in which Boston Connor loved from jump. What did
Yes.
you love so much about this game? What did you feel about it?
I just like this game just because both offenses are kind of on the up and up at the moment, and they both have strengths that the defenses aren't good at. I asked Tony, hey, Tony, give me some stats that are going to help me out. Chargers rushing defense very bad. Obviously, ETN has come alive for the Jags. Jags passing defense, not that great. Herbert, even without Mike Williams, spins the pill. Last time they played, it was a Jags blowout. They put up like 38 points on the Jaguars. No Mike Williams, no Keenan Allen. It's kind of one of those weird games for the Chargers early on in the season. This one feels just like answer after answer after answer. Who has the ball last?
High scoring affair. What do you like, AJ? 2.5 point spread.
I like the Jags here, honestly, at plus 2.5. I think the Jags win this game. I don't know exactly why. I just like how Trevor Lawrence has been playing later in the year, and I think the Jags kind of going to make a little run maybe.
Great hair game here between Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. Give me the Jags as well. I think Mike Williams is a big deal. I love the Chargers, though. Chargers might win this thing.
Herbert is unbelievable.
Yeah, Chargers might win this thing. There's a chance that they could win this thing, but I like 2.5 with Jacksonville at home. In Jacksonville, let's go ahead and have one, huh?
Yeah,
it's
don't
playoffs time.
Don't do what you did last week. Okay, steal the show.
Well, a team maybe steal a show, but be an additive.
Yeah,
be a
help
big-time
them out.
additive. Dolphins, Bills, obviously same division. 13.5 point spread at home for the Bills against Skylar Thompson. Bills seemingly healthy without Von Miller. I mean, that's obviously a massive shot. 13.5 point spread. I will take the Buffalo Bills. Minus 13.5. AJ, you can go ahead and whatever breakdown you'd like to give and whatever pick you'd like to make.
Wow. So the Dolphins, Skyler's starting, but Teddy is penciled in as the backup, correct?
Yeah, but
emergency backup.
Yeah, if he's not starting.
Why? So if he can play as a backup, couldn't he start?
I think he takes snaps, right? I think that's what they're saying. Much more limited offense with Teddy than Skyler because of what Teddy can do. So if Teddy gets in, we're going to assume it's going to be a limited offense. We shall assume.
If Teddy was starting here, I'd feel differently. But yeah, give me the Buffalo Bills at minus 13.5.
What a tough ending to the season for the Finns if that is the case.
It's just so much problem.
We're picking the Bills minus 13.5. Love Tyreek Hill, love McDaniel, but golly, what a run here at the end. That is not great at all going into the offseason when things looked all great and fine and dandy at the beginning.
Yeah, they were a 1 seed at one point during the season, but with Tyreek Hill being banged up too, it feels like the Dolphins are one of those teams that just couldn't stay healthy.
All right, let's go to the next game. Giants-Vikings, obviously a rematch of a game that was played a few weeks back where Greg Joseph hit a 61-yarder to beat the New York Football Giants. Vikings favored by 3 at home. We do know Daboll and the boys are loose and jovial going back over to Minnesota. Bruce Bronovich, can you please give us a breakdown of why the Giants feel so good? Is this a good matchup? Obviously, you played great against the Vikings before. It took a 61-yard miracle to lose. Do you like this matchup as a Browns fan? Or, I'm sorry, as a Giants fan?
Yeah, I love the matchup. I mean, we should have beaten them on Christmas Eve. Obviously shoulda, coulda, woulda. I woke up a little nervous today, though.
Whoa.
I will say.
Oh, no. Bruce. Bud Light Day.
The boat picture 6 years ago, and then now our backup right tackle chugging a beer at an Islanders game, and then getting news that Evan Neal rolled his ankle at practice.
Starting right there.
I'm a little worried, but it's good on good. Our D-line will keep this game close.
That's right.
We might lose by 1, but we're covering that 3.
I had a baby, Bruce. Okay, so I got the Vikings minus 3. I do love what Bruce just said, though. I didn't know all those things he just said. That Neal thing and the backup tackle. I like that the backup tackle's out there doing his thing and they're living their life. But I'm on the Vikings, and mostly because all year I've been saying this is a brand new Vikings here. People are just going to have to get used to the Vikings being a team. People are losing to the Vikings, and they're like, the Vikings are beating us? It's like, yeah, this is a different Vikings. Kirk Cousins gets the dub, I do believe, by more than 3 points, AJ.
Yeah, I like everything that Bruce said. It does make sense, and it does worry me that Bruce woke up a bit nervous. But with that being said, nonetheless, I will take the Minnesota Vikings minus 3.
Okay, so we're both going against Bruce. Good luck out there, though, Bruce. We
Go
appreciate
get him, Bruce.
And you got to feel nervous. You're supposed to feel nervous.
Yeah.
It's playoffs,
Well, football,
baby. Back
baby.
in the dance. If you didn't feel nervous, you wouldn't have a soul.
Yeah, check your pulse.
Better have a fucking goatee tomorrow, I'll tell you that much.
That could be the thing that we're most worried about.
That's a curse.
He promised a goatee if they make the playoffs in honor of Daboll.
Yep.
He has yet to do it as such.
It's too late now.
Yeah, because now if you do it, it's all fugazi.
Boom.
Actually, I think shot clock on, right? Has until.
Oh, yeah, it has until kickoff.
Has until kickoff. If you want to win a game, Bruce.
We have to see it.
Yeah, I was going to say it'll be shaved by Monday either way, so does it count?
Does he have a beard right now?
Yeah.
I do have a beard. It's ready to go. I just got to shave
Been
Do
ready
it.
for
Come on,
Been
Bruce.
ready all
Do it.
week.
Bruce, it's Friday.
Yeah, he
Bruce.
said Tuesday.
It's
I'll
already
have
Friday,
it.
Bruce.
No, you're right. It's part of why I'm nervous.
Or just shave your face and keep the neck beard.
Yes.
Andrew Luck.
Here down.
All right, that would be sweet.
Let's move on. Ravens Bengals. This is the game you're betting on, Tone Diggs, with your same game parlay as a part of the same game
parlay holiday.
On FanDuel, Jonathan Jones at JJones9 is reporting that Lamar Jackson officially ruled out. Tyler Huntley is questionable and has already ruled himself a game time decision. Might be a third stringer over there for Baltimore.
Yep.
Does that change anything? What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's Bengals all the way. The Ravens stink. Defense will keep it respectable, but early. But Bengals pull away late.
AJ, your thoughts on the Bengals being favored by 9.5 at home?
8.5 now.
Oh, 8.5. It has changed. Is that because of
Just
what?
recently it changed. I don't know why.
Good.
Okay, Bengals minus 8.5 at home. AJ, you like?
So I saw a picture either this morning or yesterday posted from the Bengals from inside their practice bubble. Gave me all the confidence I needed. So give me Bengals minus 9.5 right now.
Hey, that was
8.5,
awesome.
I guess, if it goes to 8.5.
We'll take it at 8.5 because I'm with you. Any photo that comes out of that place, I get pumped up about.
Yeah.
I'm like, look at this team getting to experience what professional football is supposed to be like.
Hanging out.
You know, this team doesn't have to just live in misery and not want to hang around each other maybe a little bit after practice or a little bit before practice because they have to be underneath a fucking highway in the middle of a storm. So it was great to see the boys in there. Have they gotten too soft?
Oh, something to think about.
They got too soft?
Lost their edge.
They've turned it on as the weather has gotten colder. They have gotten better.
Oh, maybe more reps. Maybe the body feels better
Yeah.
practicing in a climate-controlled place. Who knows? I got the Bengals minus 8.5 as well. We will take the 8.5, even though the graphic says 9.5 because it just changed. Cowboys Bucks Monday night, wrapping up Super Wild Card Weekend. The Dallas Cowboys, are they the Dallas Cowboys of old, or is this a new team? They could get a win. They could turn it on. Haven't been able to run the rock. Dak Prescott's been turning it over every single fucking game for 7 straight games. 15 interceptions on the season. I believe he leads the NFL. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're getting 2.5 at home with Tom Brady as the quarterback. They have also stunk this year. Remember, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, high hopes because you got Tom Brady. He misses 11 days in the middle of training camp. Misses a walkthrough. Todd Bowles, head coach, misses a practice in the middle of it. Drama seemingly everywhere. Leonard Fournette's battling through some real injuries in the backfield. No Gronkowski. Getting 2 at home, Super Wild Card Weekend, 2.5 at home. Who do you like, AJ?
So I think I heard a stat. Is it true the Cowboys haven't won a road playoff game since like 1990?
Oh, I don't know. Sounds right.
I believe it.
Something like that. But I think this Monday night they changed that. I take the Cowboys minus 2.5. Go in there. Maybe Tom's last game is a Buck. Who knows where he plays next year?
All right, perfect. I'll make my pick on Monday for this game.
Smart. Sounds good.
AJ
I'll
locked
stick with
into
mine.
the Cow. Really? No matter what?
Yeah, I'm not going to back off of it. Yeah.
I literally just set you up to make a pick there. You don't have to stick with it. We can back off it. It's Feel Good Friday. I don't need to be a dick. We'll make our picks on Monday. I hope everybody has an incredible Super Wild Card Weekend. Big thanks to Bud Light. We honestly do appreciate it.
Love you, Bud Light.
We've been waiting this one out for a long time. Long time. Today was a cool day for us. We used to be in a basement, haunted one, couple mics, not there. Now we're at the point where obviously we have deals with a lot of great companies. FanDuel is fantastic, and SeatGeek is awesome. 5 Hour Energy, Roman, Cash App.
Right.
But Bud Light has literally been in a bucket, beer bucket, whenever you're talking about sales. That's a big one too, especially for our brand of show, our demographic of show. Our sports fans, 18 to 49 is our 95% of our following. Everybody, I think we run into some people that don't know the program. I do, and they're like, "Oh my kid in high school probably likes your show or whatever." And it's like, nope, that's not what our numbers say. Actually, our numbers say it's young professionals up to about 49 is where we're at, which is good because I ain't here for the fucking kids anyways. You know what I mean? Like, the kids are tough to relate to because I have never been around any of them.
Yeah.
And we're not talking for them. We're talking for us.
That's right.
Fuck
Amen.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And this is the right beer for us. We appreciate you, Bud Light. We've waited on this for a long time. We miss Gumpy. Gumpy will be on Hammer
Dahn.
in about 15 minutes. The boys, I hope you have an incredible weekend. Thank you all for your hard work this week. It is great to be able to say that I'm able to sleep in tomorrow morning.
Hell yeah.
I'm very pumped up about that. The national championship was just a few days ago. We can't forget that. That happened this week.
It's wild.
Voice is back, which I'm pumped up about because Posner, I lost it. Then national championship yelling, I lost it. And then we're all the way back. It's been a great week, AJ. Anything to say as we go out here?
No, I think you hit it. It has been a great week. It's crazy to think earlier this week we were doing the national championship, and now we're here. It feels like that was a month ago, but it was all awesome. Love doing both those games.
Hell yeah, me too. Thank you to everybody that made it happen at ESPN, at Omaha, all the people behind the scene. How about Big Hog? Hog with 2 G's. He was a great dude. The camera people were all fantastic and nice. I guess your camera person had a lot of ideas. I did not know that was happening, but he seems like a great guy. Just a quick reminder, since we did brought up the national championship there. Ryan McGee of Marty and McGee.
Yep.
Marty and McGee returns to the Wilderness Lodge Studios for the full Earnhardt format, 3 hours on ESPN Radio and SEC Network, Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
All right, see you there.
Fuck yes.
Fuck yeah, Marty and McGee back for 3 hours.
Come on.
They're doing it for 3. Doing it for 3.
There it is.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Put your fours up for the fourth quarter in football.
Yep.
In all other walks of life, put up that 3 for fucking Earnhardt.
That's right.
All right, we'll get out. Congrats to Marty and McGee, 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. I'm gonna miss that one. I'm sleeping.
Yep.
I'm sleeping, but there will be people that will listen.
Oh, yeah.
Alarm clock.
Yeah.
And they need to. Maybe at DVR. Can I DVR radio?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Download it.
Bingo. That's what I'll do. All right. Have an incredible weekend. Be nice to each other. Say something nice to somebody. It'll lighten their day. Not everybody has a great day every single day. There's some days where all of us wake up and we think to ourselves, well, this sucks. Don't want to do this, don't want to do that. Feels like everybody potentially hates you. You hate everybody. And all you really need sometimes is just one person to say, hey, you're doing okay. All is good. And then you just move on. We need more of that. And remember that your words are powerful. So say nice things to people. We will see you on Monday. Have a great Super Wildcard weekend. We're going to hit all of our parlays on the same game parlay holiday. And let's enjoy the hell out of it. See you, AJ. See you, boys. Thank you all for the hard work. Goodbye.